All right. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. I hope everyone had a good week. We're here. There's nothing else going on tonight. It's just
Nope.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Definitely.
Uh huh.
This is the only thing that's worth watching.
This is the only thing that's worth anything going on right now. The most important moment of our lives is this Dungeons and Dragons session. Um, I hope everybody had a
Correct.
good week.
I didn't. My week was shit.
I'm sorry, Patrick. That sucks. But now your
I
week's gonna
had,
get better.
I had a
Cause
panic attack in Chicago airport.
I'm so sorry. That really sucks. But it'll get better now. Because we're gonna be playing D&D together as friends. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Somebody want to give us a catch up of what happened last week? It wasn't a ton.
We
Last-
fought the Leviathan, and by that I mean the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Various people did cool moves. Shanty did a big lightning, which ripped apart his arm, and then he reconstructed it. It was
Yeah,
really
it's cool.
cool. Riley could describe it better, but he's not here.
Wait, is Riley not going to be here tonight?
No, he'll be here later.
Not
He's
yet.
just
Yeah.
arriving a little late.
Gotcha. Okie doke.
The EC whipped out their Bankai and became Kapakisi. And they tried to do a real cool move and then rolled really low. But that's okay because it lasted a second turn. But Mike burned exhaustion because we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And managed to save the day. At one point, this is in no particular order, but I recall Nigel going below deck and using his X-ray sex. I forget exactly what he was doing down there. I think it was to avoid the frightened status.
No, the first time he did it, it was to see where the thing was, because he had the X-ray, ring of X-ray vision, and he was like, "I want to fucking know what's going on down there." And then he realized that he could avoid. He had enough speed to avoid area of effect attacks and still come back up and get a hit in. So
Okay. And let's see. The other rest of the crew were fighting crabs that were not within the fight of our focus. I don't exactly remember what Florian and Luna was doing. I was doing nonsense that didn't quite work.
Okay.
I think Luna did a big heal at some point.
You both pulled out the heal spell.
Well, yeah, but I healed myself. That doesn't count. Also, I don't think it was that session.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Luna healed EC.
Oh, okay.
Loon also heals himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gnashing Baron
We got Bliss.
had two forms. After Shanty, that's his name. Shanty. Did the big lightning. He actually the Gnashing Baron actually turned into a second, more pure energy form that could was sort of incorporeal and was in the ship. Didn't really find out what it could do because sort of like ended the fight within like the next 2 rounds. But when it died, a blessing went into all of us. And then EC passed out from using the exhaustion. And Francine was like, "Oh, wow, you guys are really cool. You should rest up, and then we should eventually talk about that second job. Potentially." And everyone, the party's resting up, and the crew is on watch. But yeah, that's essentially where we ended.
Yeah.
JB,
Yeah?
you talking?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Nothing else I can think of. Sounds about right. So yeah, it's the next morning. Um, without Shanty here, I'm not gonna do anything with Francine's request for you guys because it's kind of important that Shanty's here. So
Okay.
you guys can role play with each other if you want for a little bit.
When he gets here, I was hoping to roleplay that sleepover
Yeah,
if we have time.
yeah, you guys have plenty of time.
Cool.
Well, I think if it's the next day, let's see. My speed is still half, so Easy's walking around like a normal person trying to get fresh air. Sort of massaging the fatigue out of their muscles by, working out the lactic acid.
Sure.
Sort of just, maybe sitting on that lower part of the mast, sort of watching the waves go by. Just taking it as easy as they can.
As easy as they can.
Shut up. Think. Oh. But if there are people on the deck, Easy will just sort of wave to them. He's not like meditating or anything, he's just sort of watching the waves.
Yeah, you guys can place yourselves wherever you'd like to. I think she's gonna be here.
I guess Easy's not just sitting, Easy's writing in a small, journal.
Easy writing? Damn.
It's a very slow going process.
What's she writing about? I guess somebody would have to ask.
I think if Florian is right there and Luna is right there, then Florian will hear EC call out to Luna. Hey, what do you like? What's your favorite type of bug to
My favorite type of bug?
Yeah, where does it grow?
Oh. Well, I think my favorite would have to be moths, and they're pretty much everywhere. But I think a runner-up is a scarab beetle.
Oh, those are in the desert, right?
Yeah.
Wonder if there are patches of sand in the thorn-belt woodlands. Probably not, because it's a woodland and not a desert.
Oh, there's plenty of good bugs in a woodland. That's Bug Central. Why do you ask?
EC passes Luna down a book, the book, and it's just filled with small diagrams for a small home, the home that they had discussed previously. And it's just like homesteading ideas and things that DC wants to learn.
Ooh, okay. And she's examining it. I can't say I have too much experience with gardening, but I think that's something I'd like to learn.
Yeah, I think I would definitely want to go and learn a couple of skills from Lunik.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, like, if we got self sufficient enough, it could be like a commune.
Do you think we should spend some time in that commune and get some skills, and then strike out?
Easy grins. Perhaps. I. It might be beneficial.
I think it would help too.
I think they're just idly chatting, and I guess if Florian just has his ears open and is listening in, he can hear it.
Yeah.
Does Luna look any different?
Yeah, she does. Her hair is brown, and she is not as peppy.
Oh.
She's still, like, smiley and nice, but just more reserved than she's been the past couple of months.
Gotcha.
So I need to talk to Nezrin about, like, learning how to properly brew things. Like, it's like a lot of, like, good hives in the woodland. It's like, could, like, make mead.
Well, I know a little bit about brewing, but that's
Oh?
more hops adjacent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're writing down stuff you want to learn?
Looks up to Florian and sort of nods. Yeah. For when we're not doing all this stuff.
Huh. Sorry, my doorbell just rang. I'll be right back.
What the doorbell?
Oh. It's a bell you put next to your door, and the visitors ring it so that if you don't have, your heightened senses, if you're distracted with something, then you know someone's home, or
Oh.
someone's at your home.
I think someone's at Florian's home.
Oh.
But yeah, I want to learn like brewing and then like you can like do your like healing thing, but like we should like learn herbal medicine. Do you know how to do herbal medicine?
I know a fair amount of non-magical medicine, yes, but I think in the case of yeah, I know a fair amount.
Okay.
I wouldn't call myself on the level of like a professional nurse or a doctor, but maybe an assistant to one of those.
And then Delta's just gonna yell.
Now, like I have all this like in the woodland because like I know where things are and like this cool like lake with a stream by it, but like would you want it in any other particular place?
Would I want to live in another place besides a beautiful woodland with my beautiful love?
Oh, like, climate wise, like maybe you've had a shift in tact from waking up with dead, wet leaves in your hair, and you want to not live in the woodland.
Well, I could take or leave the dead wet leaves.
That's where the best bugs are, though.
Yeah, that's why she's conflicted. It's not comfortable, but there's bugs in there.
That is a very good point.
Like spider crawls out of her hair. What a cute one.
Just a little house spider.
Yeah.
Well, Francesca came up to say hi.
Good morning, Francesca. Do you know how Squidward's doing? Well, I guess that's Shanty's busy right now.
I have not had a chance to speak to that one. Cutting
Easy
away
up
here.
somewhere?
Huh?
Is Easy up somewhere? Like in the
I think EC dropped down to share the journal. But I'm gonna cut away from the scene real quick. Hi, Riley.
Hi, Riley.
Hello.
Hi, Why-wee.
Hello.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here. How's it going?
Welcome to our crib, the pirate ship.
Hell yeah, dude. I definitely don't know what's going on in this pirate ship. You should show me around.
Here's the crow's deck. Here's the poop deck.
Whoa. That's where you poop and that's where you grow?
Starboard. Yeah.
The starboard like a surfboard but for space.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But you have to be a Circle of Stars druid to do it, or else you can't grind.
So true.
You have to
Wouldn't have
grind on
starboard
the tail of a
unless you-
comet.
Alright.
Like, you know what? Like, I asked him, but like, he does know like that's an octopus, though, right? Like, it's not a squid, because he called it Squidward. I'm talking to Luna.
Sorry, she got distracted by the spider.
Completely understandable. Like I don't fully understand the rhetoric behind Shanty calling him the octopus Squidward. It is not a squid. It's too small for that.
I think it's more the humor in it being named something that it is clearly not.
Oh,
It doesn't hit
Like-
for everyone.
like calling a wolf Garfield or something.
Yes. Kind of like that. Well, actually, pretty much exactly like that. Implies the incredibly well-known and understood character of Garfield in this world.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, this is a Heathcliff setting.
no, it's not.
A
Garfield 100%.
bear is a Marmaduke world, and
Marmaduke and Garfield can exist in the same universe.
and
They're both in my local newspaper. Ooh, got 'em.
I've never seen them in the same room.
Have you ever seen them in the room at the same time?
Have you ever seen Odie and Marmaduke in the same room at the same time?
Young Garfield is just it's like young Sheldon, but worse somehow.
Never mind. Well, speaking of Shanty, I think we can cut to Shanty, who is having a
Hey, that's
conversation
me.
with Francine.
Well,
You woke up, you did your morning routine,
mhm.
and you went to go find Francine because you guys have things to talk about.
Yeah, we got shit to discuss.
She's in her quarters, she's looking over a little map on her desk. Looks up as you enter. Good morning.
Morning, Captain. You sleeping well these days?
Oh, sleeping as good as I can.
Well, that's good to hear, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a little easier now that we got that. I guess it wasn't a K word.
Nah, I think that was some kind of like fucking shadow snake. That's the best I could. I
Yeah,
could say.
shadow snake. Sure. We got that creature out of the picture for now, at
Yeah.
least. It's real strange.
Yeah. I think I heard some kind of legend or myth about something like that from some monster that what came from the abyss. But the details elude me. But what could have caused something like that to appear?
I don't know, and frankly, I am not smart enough to think about that.
Oh, Cat, you're plenty smart.
I am, just not about that, and also it's not really my main concern right now.
Well, that's fair. But I mean, if we could figure out sort of like why that happened, maybe we could prevent it from happening again. I don't know. I don't know how many shadow snakes there are out there, but
Sure, but there are other symptoms we gotta stem happening on the high seas.
yeah, yeah, I
Before
get
we
you.
get the root cause of whatever that was. Our focus turns from one emergency to another emergent situation.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. How do we want to handle that?
I mean, that's why you're here, ain't it? Talk about that.
Yeah, I suppose in a roundabout way, I am.
You can't
How?
really. I mean, I can, but it wouldn't feel right if I just decided, how to do things without you, since it concerns you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Gabe, real quick, says back.
Hello?
Hi.
Welcome back.
I was all alone.
I posted in Discord, letting you know that I muted you.
Okay. I didn't see that message. Huh, okay. Well, I'm back. I've been back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. My neighbor popped in for a visit and it was just a really bad time.
You're good. It's
Mm.
okay. I have the tools to not to mute you evilly, but
You silenced me for the last time.
silence white person. Anyway, you could still hear everything though, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. But yeah, Francine looks at Shanty. She kind of leans back in her chair. Yeah, I mean, I think you know how I want to approach things.
I think I do.
But
But maybe you could just state it clearly so I know for sure.
yeah, I mean, she wants a challenge, and I am willing to answer that challenge. Especially with these people aboard my ship right now who are quite powerful. I think I wouldn't have to spend as much time gathering allies and resources,
Definitely, yeah. You know, it's an opportune. It's an opportunity
Yeah.
we got. And I mean, obviously, I know you want to rise to meet her and answer the call, answer her challenge.
I mean, It's not that I want to. It's that it's either that or she continues,
Yeah.
threatening
Yeah.
the balance.
But I guess I'm asking you more specifically, how do you want to take care of that?
I mean, like I said, she's the one putting that challenge forward, and I'm willing to answer it on terms that she wants to.
Okay, Francine. I understand.
If you
You're
want me
being
to say
real
it, I
fucking
can say
vague.
it to the death.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking you, is are you planning on killing her?
I mean, she's planning on doing the same to me. It's only fair. There isn't really a situation where we get out of it with our lives if things go the way that she is planning on them going,
Yeah. And what if she stops?
I mean, if she stops, that's a different story.
Yeah. You ain't gonna try to kill her then?
No. I am content to live my life peacefully. I have put my main pirating days behind me.
I know, Francine. Part of these things, most of this, I've sort of assumed, or
I have no ill will against her personally. I understand the desire for power and greatness, and I will not judge somebody for wanting that, especially with her reasoning,
Yeah. I was just asking for you to state it clearly, so an idiot like me could know for sure.
No, I don't. If I don't have to kill her, I'm not going to kill her, obviously. Or maybe not obviously. I do have my moods sometimes. I was prone to them. But,
sometimes you'll throw a dagger at my head just for speaking a little out of line. So
I aimed it very well, and you weren't in danger of dying.
Of course, and that's how we found the wonderful game of old knifey footy.
Well, that one was different. That one was
of course.
fun.
Yeah, for sure.
We were just having a little fun, and we both slipped up there.
Yeah, we both slipped up for sure. Yeah, that was us. No, I got you, man. We were having fun.
But I'm not. The whims of my emotions are not as turbulent as they used to be.
Okay. Obviously it's a ripe fucking opportunity. We got this pack of demigods, I guess. They're fucking blowing shit up just as good as me, which is
powerful.
I say demigod as hyperbolically, except for maybe EC. I'm still not sure there.
Yeah, that's some shit they got going on, huh?
Yeah, there's some shit going on.
None of my business, though. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Obviously, this is an opportune time to move in, take her by surprise if you can.
Yeah, she's probably expecting me to spend at least a couple more weeks to try and gather some resources. If we were to move in now, we would definitely catch her unawares.
And that is a great advantage.
Yes.
Especially against someone who is...
one that we should not give up lightly.
Yeah. Yeah. So... how willing would you be to let me try to talk to her? Face to face, one-on-one.
Face to face, one-on-one.
If I just send her 25 fucking words over a magical fucking airwave thing, I don't know how it works. I don't think it's going to be very impactful.
No.
I need to see her. I need to talk to her. She needs to see me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's well, Francine. There's all this sort of like power hungry, take control, sees the seize everything you can before someone else seizes it from you. But I'm sure you know it goes a little deeper than that. She was wronged real bad. And, I think a part of her is still hurting real bad. And wants to
I don't
make the
blame her.
world. I don't blame her either. That's the problem. But I don't think the Danae I knew wouldn't want to. Danae I knew wouldn't want this. And she might not be the Danae I knew anymore, and that's fine if that's the case. But I need to know that first before I can commit myself to your plan. I'm just asking for a chance to talk to her, to see if the old Danae is still in there, if there's any scrap of the girl that I knew. Because she's real kind. And not very funny, but she made me laugh regardless. And, I think she's a little crazy like you.
I'm sure I would like her if circumstances were different. Hell, I kind of like her a little bit now.
Yeah, right? Like, it's pretty impressive what she's doing. It's hard not to respect. But, I mean, ever since we got struck, and she's had all this brimming with power, right? I mean, you saw me in the early stages of it, how it was volatile. I don't know what it's done to her. And I'm worried that if she didn't have that constant buzzing inside her like I do, then maybe she could hear me, hear my voice, listen, see what she's doing is wrong. I don't know. Are you get down to brass tacks? Are you willing to let me talk to her before we jump into some kind of battle?
Auntie, it would not be easy, and we would be giving up that element of surprise.
I could go on my own. I could invisible. I could fly over. I could be on my own. I could just say I've been looking for her. That I've been trying to find her. I don't have a crew. I don't have anybody with me. I just need to talk to her. I need to see her. And hell, maybe she'll just kill me right then and there. But if that's the case, you can go in guns blazing. But there's got to be a way I can do this without giving up our surprise. Right? I mean, you've seen me lie through my teeth.
I am not willing to send you in there without a way to get out. You haven't been through what you've been through just to throw it away, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I'm hoping I'm not throwing anything away, but
even if you might want to, even if you trust her like that, that's fine. I'm not going to let you.
You know I could get out if I needed.
I don't. And you don't. Not really. Not anymore. But we do have an option here. I've been thinking about it. If you can get a message to her, let her know that you want to talk to her. Get her to actually approve a parlay. Just you. You don't have to mention me or anything like that. I can call in a favor. Get you there.
What's this favor?
I mean, it's just some high level magic from of our mutual. Well, not your mutual friend, my mutual friend with Thorn.
So your friend.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
my
you and
friend.
Thorn's mutual friend.
Yeah, our me and Thorn's mutual friend.
I understand. And you do that for me?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, thank you. I guess then I'd be owing you a favor, which I'm happy to do.
I think maybe you'll be owing them a favor.
Sure. I'll owe anyone as many favors as I need. I just need to talk to her.
Yeah. All right. You go and talk to Luna. She's got that spell, I think.
Yeah.
I sure do.
Oh God. How long you been listening?
Luna chasing after the spider that was on the ground. Probably down the direction.
Well, I heard you say something about talking to Luna, so I figured you needed me for something?
Is Luna here now?
I thought he left the room.
No. We're still in the captain's quarters.
I was kidding, but also because I thought it'd be funny. But
You can see Luna pass by the door, like the.
Sure. Yeah, she's following the spider.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Francine like sees that Luna's there. It's like, well, I mean, there's a sign. You go talk to her. I'll go send a message to Thorn, and we'll get this figured out.
All right. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah.
I won't let you down.
Just come back alive. That's all. That's the only real thing I can ask.
I plan on it. And he like stands up straight and does like a little salute, which he like never does. And then he steps forward and hugs her.
You make a dexterity save.
Yeah, perfect. Let me open my character sheet, make a dexterity save.
Okay.
19.
You see, like, there's like the slightest movement, and she like flicks her hand forward, and like in your saluting hand, you're able to just like grasp the air in front of you as you catch a dagger that she throws at you.
Now, holy fucking shit! I was about to hug you. I was feeling all sentimental. You're not getting this back. This is my dagger now. This is my knife.
That's fair. That's how I show my affection, Shanty.
Yeah.
Extreme violence.
Extreme violence. Come back to me alive. Throw a dagger at your head. I guess I can't. I guess. Fuck, man. Yeah, cool. I mean, I caught that shit though. Did you see that?
You did, yeah. I'm trusting you. It's a show of trust.
I mean, hey, listen. If you ever want to play a game of knifey footy, you know where to find me. All right.
I do know where to find you.
I'll give you a fucking hug when I come back alive. You don't deserve it, right? I like give her like a fake like grumpy stare.
She gives you just this wide grin smile.
Gosh, you motherfucker! All right, see you the fuck later, Captain. Sorry for showing you respect. I just storm out.
Bump right into Luna.
Oh fuck! Hi, hey, howdy. How's it going?
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I look like high adrenaline. I'm holding a knife like very tightly in my hand.
You look
I'm good.
very okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just a moment, and she
Sure.
like very gently coaxes a spider off of the wall into her hand and kind of like puts it on her like collar, and then it just kind of disappears.
Oh.
Huh.
He lived there?
Oh, that's Francesca. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to lay eyes upon her. A lovely specimen.
She is. She's lovely.
Hmm.
It's
funny I'm running into you. I had something to ask you.
Really?
A favor, I guess, if you're up for it. I think I don't know,
Sure.
remember if I spoke to you about it before or if Francine mentioned it, but you have the ability to talk to people over long distances, right?
Yes. Yes, there's a specific spell for that. Do they go out onto the deck or do they stay in the hallway?
We can go out on the deck. We can like walk and talk.
They do the like prestige show walk and talk, the West Wing walk and talk.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's someone I'm trying to get a hold of. Someone I'm trying to talk to. Before the boss, good old Captain, invites y'all to this other job she's got an idea for. I got to contact somebody who is related to the job. I'm trying to set up a rendezvous, so to speak.
Sure.
Is there anything you need
caveat
from
of
me?
this spell, I do need to know a little more about the recipient of this message. If you tell me as much as you can, I might be able to divine enough to be able to send the message.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
a
sure.
a skill for seeing as well.
Yeah, okay. What sort of details you need? Like what she looks like?
Anything you've got. What they look like, what they sound like, how you feel about them.
All right. Oh yeah. She's
Oh, would you rather be somewhere more private for this? Luna looks up at Waves and Waves.
Waves is on the crow's nest, actually. He's all the way at the top.
Yeah. Luna looks up at him and waves.
Yeah.
I don't know if they see me.
Yeah,
But
eventually
Luna
he
knows
notices
he's
it.
there.
She turns back to Shanty.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Do you want to? I mean, I got quarters, or we could like.
Sure. Let's go to your quarters. I think is EC still around on the deck?
EC's tapping away on herself, so at the current moment.
Oh, she's busy. Okay. We can go to my quarters as well.
Sure.
it
Yeah, that
doesn't
works.
matter to me. All right, let's just go to Luna and EC's court hairs. Okay.
Right.
Tell me about this person.
Yeah, he sits down on the ground, crisscross applesauce, places both his hands flat against the wood, and just sort of closes his eyes. And there's a little like pulse of electricity that kind of runs down his arm. And he's trying to like practice a little bit of what Elune was preaching and like clear his mind and sort of focus and expel some of that like buzzing. Yeah, so she's she's a she. One of my oldest friends. We sort of grew up together. Her name's Danae. Danae Oakenhart. And she's she and I were both serving under the previous Dread Captain. She's EC reminds me a lot of her. She's very serious and blunt, and doesn't really take much nonsense. But she's got a really kind heart, very warm-hearted, and not very funny, but has a way of making you laugh still. Yeah, bright green eyes. Well, one of them's green still, I suppose, and less hair, more branches. It's about yay tall, and he raises his hand like a couple inches above his own head. Well, most of the time she's about yay tall. She's her tree is a lot taller.
Is she one with this tree?
Yeah, one and the same.
Okay. So, can I roll like I don't know? I guess a nature check or an Arcana.
Yeah,
to see if I
absolutely.
can... Let's see. My Arcana's 10. I'm gonna go with Arcana on this one.
Whoa!
Yes, you
Oh, hi.
know what a dryad is. For sure.
It seems like she's a dryad.
Yeah. I think that's the word for it. Sort of a wooden lady.
Yeah, that's basically what a dryad is. Okay.
Yeah, probably
Do
that.
you have any idea where she might be?
Farther north, probably.
On land, on sea?
Definitely on sea. Unfortunately, I don't think she's able to go on land.
Okay. Oops.
Kind of confined to the ship.
Okay.
Is that enough? I don't know. Is there anything else you need?
I would like to try something.
Okay.
If you can stay grounded, I would touch you on the cheeks, and she points to both of her cheeks on each side of her face. I would touch you here and here.
Yeah.
And you would think about Danae, and I should be able to pick up a little more information, enough to be able to get this sending properly to her.
Certainly. Yeah. Whatever it takes. Please. I won't shock you. I got enough control for that.
And you seem nice and grounded right now. That's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And she mimes spitting into her hands and rubbing them together, and places them like on Shanty's
Yeah, putting the elbow grease into it.
his like jawbone.
Okay.
It's a little more intimate than you were expecting. You were expecting just kind of like smoosh on the cheeks, but
Yeah. I think his jaw maybe tightens for a second. He blushes like, oh, I didn't expect. Okay, this is fine. And he's like, chill.
And then he's going to see. I'm sure he's seen her cast a spell before, but he gets to see it up close this time.
Yeah.
Her eyes close, and then it looks kind of like they open back up, like her eyes and a third, but it's all like a green glow underneath.
And you said a third, like on her forehead?
Yeah, on her forehead.
That's really cool.
And Gabe, should I roll for this at all? I'm just kind of making shit up.
Nah.
Are you casting like detect thoughts or like?
That's a really good question. I was just doing some
Role play.
some fucking roleplay shit.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
Hell
Yeah, I don't have
brother.
anything mechanical.
Nah. I love this.
What
Go
is
for it.
I guess I want to sort of peek into Shanty's mind's eye. I could do. Yeah, I actually could do. Where is it? I have like a. I think it's Channel Divinity.
Is it the 6th level?
Yeah, it's the Read Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Just use that.
I don't resist if there's a saving throw. I fail the wisdom save.
Nice. I can read it. I get a very good sense of your familiarity with her.
Yeah. I think you see like a wooden room similar to one that would be like on the below deck of a ship, but the wood is like much like darker and like a deeper, richer brown color. And it's like cracked and shattered down the middle a bit and sort of like mind palace-y. And outside the room, there's like, instead of opening up into like the rest of the ship, like where the floors and walls are cracked open and wood is splintering, there's like bits of wood splinter floating in the air, and beyond that, there's like a roiling sea and like storm clouds, and some kind of like form in like dark, dense clouds in the great distance, just like looming. And there's the occasional like crackle of lightning and like light boom of thunder, whistling of wind. But in this room, there's like the image of a young girl, sort of crouched down and like leaning over like a form in the corner. And I think you see like a young like child Shanty sort of hunched up in a corner, and like shivering, cold, like alone, and you see this like young wooden girl sort of like descend from the ceiling on like branches that form out of the wood, and like lean over him and peek and sort of check in on him, and they like converse, and the scene kind of like shifts and the wood melds, and you see like the wooden girl Danae as like an older woman, with Shanti as like a young man, and the two of them are like conversing, laughing. Like Shanti sort of shoves her on the shoulder, and she laughs and shoves him back, very playful. But then there's like a crack of thunder, and they both sort of like stiffen and sort of like straighten and get back to work, supposedly as if someone had just like yelled at them or ordered them. And then the scene shifts inside this like broken room, like, to just Danae alone. But her clothes are torn, and just scorched and charred, and up the center of her wooden form, kind of spiraling from like her right hip across the center of her chest and up her neck and over her left eye, there's like a crack in the wood, with like Lichtenberg scar patterns kind of expanding
like when
out
lightning
from.
strikes a tree.
Yeah, exactly. And inside you can see like the charred wood and like this like hint of like this like low lit roiling flame that's like inside of the tree.
Ooh, okay.
That is like forever burning inside her, and it goes over her right eye, whereas Shanti's fucked up eye is the left eye. And she's wearing a dark black hat, and she has a gold coin around her neck, much like Shanti's, and she has a long sword at her side, and she does not look happy. She looks intimidating, angry, powerful.
Okay. Luna got what she needed. She doesn't need to press any further. And she comes back out.
Wow, yikes, that was a lot.
It's okay.
Did you? Whew.
Wiggle each finger separately,
What's
at
that?
least one time through.
Sorry, I didn't hear the what my fingers?
Yep, just one at a time, each separately, one time
Do-
through, just to help ground you back here.
All right, what am I doing with my fingers? Sorry.
I'm just wiggling them.
Oh, wiggling them. Sure, one at a time. Yeah, I'll do that.
You're back here with me. You did a very
Cool.
good job.
Yeah, thank you. That was yeah, those are that's the most thoughts I've ever had, I think. Wow.
Very thoughts.
Yeah, it was very lucid thought. I don't know how to describe it. The thoughts were thinking for sure.
Oh,
wow.
Those things were thinking.
Yeah.
But still, you did a very good job. What is the message that you want to send?
Boy, it's I'm limited in what I can say, right?
25 words.
Okay.
I think somebody's working on a longer version, but
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
25 for now. That's the one we all learn.
Well, basically that. Well, this is gonna be strange because I want to tell her that I'm alone. But if you're the one sent in the message, then maybe that won't make much sense. But tell her that I need to meet with her, to talk with her, and that we want to. I want to parlay, and ask her where I could meet up with her, so I could have a conversation with her about this job coming up.
Sorry,
It's from
workshopping
Shanti.
it in my head.
Maybe so that she knows that it's not like fake or from a stranger or whatever. Just tell her that. Tell her the message is from Cal.
COW?
CAL.
CAL. So right now I'm thinking, sending for Cal. He wants to parlay. Where can you meet and converse?
Yeah, that's very concise. which is good.
I mean, if there's anything else you want to say, I'll see if I can fit it in. We're still about halfway to the limit. But if it's short and sweet, it's short and sweet.
Maybe just tell her. This feels strange to do in just a single little blurb, but express that I want to see her, and that I'm sorry for leaving. If that makes sense.
It does.
You're very calming, you know?
Thank you. I've been told that a lot.
Yeah. I understand why AC likes you so much. Sort of just like tapping his fingers on the floor.
She's thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
He just doesn't know how to be silent, is the thing, so he's like...
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Do-do-do-do-do.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to put it in chat here. And I will also...
From
I'll say it as I cast the spell. I'll try to paint you a mind picture.
Gotcha.
He's very sorry for what he did.
Just so you say the right thing, it is from Cal, right, Riley?
I mean, sending
I am sending this for Cal.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. You are sending this for Cal. I gotcha.
So when you get a little ping from some fucking random elf lady,
Gotcha. Yeah.
she wants to go off the bat like, "Hey, this is from Cal."
Right.
Don't hang up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, she reaches into her little bag, pulls out a little piece of copper wire. She wraps it around her, about half of it around her left index finger, the other half around her right index finger. Lifts her hands up in the air, and you can see that glowing, like the third eyes, the two eyes in the third eye. It's more of an out. This time it's not as strong as when Luna was in your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nearly as bright, but it's still there. She says a couple of words in, I think, probably Draconic? Was that the magic language?
Draconic, Elvish would work for you for sure. What language do you know?
I know Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
I would say either Celestial, Elvish, or Draconic would work for you.
Okay, she's gonna do it by the book, so she's gonna do Draconic.
Gotcha.
And say some spell words in Draconic, and then read out the message. Sending for Cal. He wants to parley. Where can you meet and converse? He is very sorry for what he did. And then the wire, like just in the middle, it heats up and almost glows, and then she snaps the wire apart, and then there's like a very small little like poof of wind, like a very tiny shockwave.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's awesome. Does sending say how long they have to respond? It just says
No.
they can respond, right?
They can respond.
They can answer in a like manner immediately.
Okay. So
The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
Okay. So I'm gonna say they don't have too much time.
She keeps the copper on her fingers.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me with advantage, Luna.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
No!
No, I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
This is important.
Okay, 12. Okay. There is the slightest moment of hesitation Before you hear in your head, Luna, Cal is always welcome on my ship. Whoever he comes with may not be welcome.
Okay, she says that as it like comes to her, so she tries to keep it in her head. That's why you heard me clickety clacking.
Gotcha.
And she says that, and she looks to Shanty. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess she'd want me to go to her ship.
Presumably alone.
Presumably alone. Yeah, I think that might have been the plan from the get. But I think we need to know where her ship is. Maybe.
Let me think for a moment while Zoe scrolls spell lists.
And also, Gabe, is that the case where we need to know where the ship is to be able to teleport there? Presumably.
Not necessarily, no.
If he knows an object on the ship,
Yeah.
we can use locate object.
Or if you have like something of hers, you can use that as well.
I for sure do.
I know you do.
This one might be a question for Loon. Is it okay if we I won't disclose any
I mean,
things that we're thinking, but just
no, it's all right.
Much
You
better
can
at finding than I am. I can
Sure.
see, but locations
but not
are. She kind of wiggles her hand in a. Sort
Yeah,
of
I
push.
get you. No, I feel comfortable. We can let Loon in on what's. I mean, there's not really any reason to keep it so secretive. It's just it's very vulnerable for me. Is all.
It's private. It's personal. I don't want
Yeah.
to betray that.
I appreciate that, but no, I think maybe being vulnerable and open is maybe a good idea in this case.
Okay, let's go find a Loon.
Yeah. All right. Stands up, kind of dusts
where is
himself
that?
off.
Where's that son of a gun?
Where is that young Garfield? He's around here somewhere.
On the deck.
I think I heard he's on the deck from someone somewhere.
Oh,
Thanks,
good
good.
deck.
Thank you, God.
Art. Thanks, God.
You're welcome.
Whoa, Prosper does not sound like I thought he would.
To find my various locate thingies. Object. Also.
Hey, Gabe.
So that's the situation, Aloon.
Yeah. What do you make of that? Gabe, locate animals or plants. The plant part, would that
Maybe.
work?
Yeah, so I actually was like dabbling in that because I recently had to locate someone, and then it turned out she found me. But the ocean is a pretty big range, but I got a lot more juice now for that.
Probably north
And I
of
think
us.
I can
That helps.
probably north.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so if you got like an object of hers and you can give me a good description, I think we can piecemeal something together.
Yeah, I
there's also
I can do that.
we can do animal messenger, and here's a fun hack, a little trick of the trade. You can just follow the animal.
Oh yeah.
Out here, it's either like a dumbass seagull or like a fucking fish. But
I mean,
you know.
could you do that on Squidward?
Do you think you should risk Squidward?
No, I don't want to risk Squidward. It was more like food for thought. But
I mean,
But,
I guess.
yeah.
I don't think that's good for Squidward at all.
I don't think so either. You're right. No, he's staying on the ship. No, I have some. I'm sure I have some things of hers. And
Mhm.
well, there's a big fucking tree that we can look for. There's a person we can look for. There's a ship we can look for.
Yeah, we could just do locate object on the entire fucking ship.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a little complicated because I ain't sure. I ain't sure the ship is like just an object, you know.
You know, if you change all the pieces of the ship, is it still the ship? I think it's still the ship.
I think it's still the ship too, but I don't know if the ship is an object in this case.
Hmm. Well, you said she's a dryad, so
Yeah,
I think locate plant might work.
yeah, maybe.
Not a whole lot of plants on the surface of the ocean, or slightly above the surface of the ocean, so that should be an easy ping.
Yeah, much less trees at here than otherwise, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So we can't use locate creature because at least 10 feet wide blocks of water in the direct path between you and the creature I'm reading now.
Well, I mean, since the planet's flat, it would just be a straight line, right? The water wouldn't get in the way.
Fuck you, Riley.
we are above the water.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's also above the water, but if she ain't,
Yeah.
I have questions.
If we use the trigonometry and she's like below deck, we're probably still okay unless her ship's like a submarine.
She's not below deck. I will tell you that.
Okay.
I can say with confidence she's not below deck. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being real vague. I should just explain my shit, right? Like this would just make a lot more sense.
Yeah, okay, so like a lot easier when I had my shit explained is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, sorry. I'm used to like not really opening up about this shit. It's very sensitive for me. But I'll just go on and say she kind of like is the ship in a way. So yeah, those trees' roots are entwined. Let's say.
It's a really problematic ship.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna scratch any plans of rescuing you by incapacitating the ship because I'm assuming that would hurt her, and we're trying not to do that.
Well, if he goes alone, then he probably won't need any rescuing.
I don't think I'll need rescuing. And if I do, I got ways of getting off a ship real fast.
Oh, Luna snaps.
Speaking,
we could give him one of our cell stones.
Oh.
And speaking of going alone, I can just be like a little mouse in your pocket, and then I can turn someone else to be another little mouse in your pocket.
That is
things
true.
Go real south.
But I'm not sure I want to break her trust like that. Plus, I don't know. I don't know if she'd be able to tell. She might be able to. She is quite you know, I don't know how druids do their druidry, but I think she is somewhat still attuned to the natural world, despite being so far removed from it. But I had never really seen her identify a druid versus an animal before. I don't know if she could do that. I just think maybe I don't know where her abilities are at the moment. You know, it's been a little bit since I last seen her.
Gabe, what do I know about dryads? How they do their magic.
Presumably, they are similar to druids, but the description of this dryad is not like any other dryad you've ever heard of. So you're not really sure. I not that I don't appreciate you guys trying to figure this out. None of you guys are wizards, so none of you guys would really know this. But they can just scry on the person and then teleport you there.
We don't know if they'll succeed in scrying.
You have something of theirs, right?
That doesn't make it a guarantee, right?
It's a very good chance.
That's true.
and
Yeah.
they can just cast it again.
Gabe, are you telling us that we should stop role playing this juicy scene?
I'm
and
not
we should
saying you guys should stop role playing. I'm saying you guys shouldn't worry as hard about the logistics of finding her.
Yeah. I think right now we're talking
AC
about like wild shaping people and to come.
Yeah,
along.
that's totally fine.
AC comes from the depths to say maybe you should try scrying.
Hey guys, I bet you could scry on her real good. Oh, thanks.
You know, the other thing is if we want the situation, we could. I have scry. I think Luna also probably does.
Oh, you know what? Now that you mention it,
She might also like get the itch that she's being looked at. But,
Yeah, will she know?
She
oh,
might.
for sure.
But I mean, she's
Okay.
like a pirate lord or what the fuck ever. So people are probably scrying on her all the time.
Yeah, which makes me think maybe she has a way to get around that. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, we don't know, but
It literally cost me nothing except maybe a fat nap to do a scry. So
yeah, it can't hurt to try. Okay. Yeah, here. He reaches his hands behind his neck and unties the leather cord around his neck, and holds out the scorched, like punctured gold coin that he wears.
all right.
Luna now has context
Luna-
for this item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luna, we can join up our powers and maybe you can get a clearer picture on this one.
By our powers combined.
By our powers combined, maybe the DM will let us roll some bigger numbers.
Or something. I still have advantage toggled.
Yeah, we're holding hands. The coin's in the center. What we rolling?
What we rolling? Let's
You guys don't roll anything. It's a save, and since you have a possession or garment, they get a -4 on their save.
Yeah.
If you had a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like, it'd be a -10.
But she doesn't have those.
A piece of her bark or something?
Got a leaf?
A leaf?
I don't think anything that's probably nothing that's survived this long, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't think. I mean, even if he had taken like a leaf of hers, I have a feeling that Shanty is not a careful enough and delicate enough person to
No,
have
that's
kept
fair.
a leaf safe for an extended period of time.
That's fair.
Shanty's like, oh, I have a pressed leaf
It's-
in a book. And he's like, oh, I
it's-
left that book on shore.
Oh, that book caught
I-
fire like the second time I had a surge.
I would say it's probably not like a normal leaf, so it would definitely last longer, but also, yes, Shanty is living a pirate life, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll it's a wisdom save, right? Oh.
yes.
Wisdom
Who's-
saving throws.
Who is casting this first?
Let's do Luna because she's got more juice for it, and I'm
And
following.
Luna already
up.
sent the sending, so like there's a bit of
Oh yeah, I
magic
Familiarity.
there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wait,
you
no.
are sort of...
He has approximate knowledge of mini person.
No, you haven't... Well, yeah, I would say you met the target, but... Okay, it'd be a -6
that.
total. Because you have a likeness or picture. Okay, what's your spell save, Luna?
Well, I think it would.
Why
I think it would just be
easy?
-4.
So you don't want the extra?
No, I'm saying just by the rules of the spell.
Yeah, but I'm saying they add up.
But that's. But Gabe, that's not how the spell works.
Are you sure? I say how the spell works, don't I?
I guess you do, but like it's like tiers of negatives, not stacking negatives.
What if I want him to stack?
Okay. That's
Right.
okay. That's
But
fine.
if you want
That's
to make the
okay.
thing we're preemptively planning to do, it make this thing we're doing easier.
No, you're right. It's okay. It can do that. I'm fine with that.
What's your spell save, Luna?
16.
No, she rolled a natural 20.
Damn.
So, Luna, while I'm going to say, while you are sort of the best person for this, maybe she's like a little on guard against you or something like that, so you're not quite able to get that connection. It felt close.
I was almost there.
Does that mean she knows now that we've been trying to scry her?
No.
If it failed?
No, they don't know.
Did she have like disadvantage on that or anything?
No, I don't think they get disadvantage for any of these.
Well, if Balloon and I are working together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Elune uses you. Let's say Elune, you use your spell slot too. Let's give him disadvantage on this. Okay, that's a natural 12. Plus their modifier minus the modifier.
Plus their modifier.
Yeah. So yes. Okay. I think maybe the way this works is, Luna, you sort of clear your head. You cross your legs. You close your eyes. You both Elune and Shanty, you can see that sort of like almost like a shadow fall over Luna's face, and then you can see the glowing green of her eyes, and then as well the eye on her forehead. Elune, wanting to help with this, you pull your sleeve up, you look up to the stars, and you like say a few words in Sylvan. He doesn't wear sleeves?
And I hold out my starboard.
He doesn't wear pants either.
Okay. Well, you pull your hand out, you sort of run your hand up your forearm where like your tattoos are, and then you very gently put that hand on Luna's shoulder, as you sort of bolster her with your own magic. And Luna, typically, you've done this once before, right? With Nezrin.
Yes.
When you've done it before, the view, which was much more closed in, you could see a little bit around their surroundings, but it was like pretty close in. With this time, you can basically see the entire deck of the ship.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa.
I want to say, like, it starts out as you kind of see, like, a bunch of fucking stars, and then it zooms in on the planet, and then directly more pinpointed.
Oh, I love
We're
that.
Google Maps zooming in on her?
Yes, your Google Maps zooming in on her. As you zoom in, you see, instead of zooming in directly on the person, you see this large ship, and then on the center mass of the ship, instead of just a log, you see this huge tree. And then almost sitting in the tree, part of it formed into almost like a throne, you see a figure. Let's see if I can't copy the image.
Does she look like Shanty remembers her?
Give me 1 second. Yes, but different.
You look different. Is she wearing glasses to show that time has passed?
Is she hot?
She has a beard. Shows time has passed.
She is hot. I will answer that for her. She's very hot.
She's very hot. Let me see if I can.
Mostly because of the fire, but.
Oh, fuck you.
But also, she's sexually attractive.
Does she have like a Westphalia thing going on where she's just burning forever?
Listen, if I were not a taken man.
I think kind of. I don't know what Westphalia means or what that is.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's that town that's like burning forever, but it's like a coal vein.
I have a cheeky little video on it that I can post in chat for your later
Yes,
perusal.
please. But I imagine that like there's so you know how like when a gas fire gets really really low and really really cold, it kind of like is nearly invisible, but you can kind of still like see the distortion in the air of the flame. I imagine it's like that at rest.
Centralia, sorry.
Centralia. I imagine it's like an invisible, like nearly invisible, like very low burning fire at rest. But then, much like Shanty's whole deal, whenever she is like emotionally affected or casting big magic, it flares up.
I need to. Okay, it's working. All right, I can copy this over. You guys can see. Oh, it's gonna be huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
This is an exact art. This is placeholder art, but this is like a big inspiration for the character.
Extremely
Shift
cool
Z?
art.
Shift Z? Yeah, Shift Z. You can see that like within them is this like the wood of the tree is like charred and charring and burning. They're still wearing clothes. They've got that pirate hat on that you saw before. They've got those lightning scars that's not in this image. But they're like sitting in the mast as if it's like a throne with like leaves sort of around them. Ivy coming down to like the main deck of the ship and like almost like covering the entire ship with its greenery. You can see a few people milling about the ship. Make a perception check for me, actually.
Surely. Perception.
Okay. Luna, you notice this. It's on the edge of your peripheral vision. Alune, you're too captivated by hot, glowing fire woman tree.
Wow,
I already saw her, so like I'm a little bit desensitized to how hot she
True.
is.
You see a familiar gray-haired elf. Near the edge of your perception.
Is it that motherfucker?
And what really catches your eye is
no.
the glint of silver
They've got a Glock
in the sun, like a silver glint on his hip.
Dave, you
shining
can't give
in
my
the
murderous
sun.
tree ex-girlfriend a Glock. Oh no.
He doesn't have the Glock. The elf has the Glock.
Yeah, but what if there's more?
There's not.
But yes, you do see a familiar figure there in the periphery of your vision, Luna. But you have a good view of them.
Mhm.
I'm standing and pacing now.
Riley IRL is standing and pacing. Great. I love this.
Yes. Can you tell by my distance for the microphone?
I can, yes. That's so good. But no one like last time, someone else noticed you, but that person does not seem to be here. So no one notices your.
So Greg isn't here to notice.
It doesn't look like Greg is here to notice now.
Oh, thank fuck. Well, actually, Luna doesn't have like huge disdain for Greg. That's Penelope. Penelope fucking hates that bitch.
That's true. Penelope's had to deal with him too many times.
I think they've got like a spades thing going on.
Oh
frankly.
my god, hell yeah.
Anyway, can we divine a location from that?
I think you would know well enough that if someone were to scry and then try to teleport there, the teleportation would most likely work.
Okay, she's got the coordinates. She's got what we need.
Yeah, they're
More or less.
whoever is teleporting you there, you can give them a good image of this through some sort of magical means, and they'd be able
You
to
can dream
teleport.
fast with Wimbo. Dream fast with
Magically
Wimbo.
give the coordinates. The GPS.
Yeah, so hold on. You press what is it, F5 on your keyboard, and you take a screenshot of the Minecraft coordinates.
Damn, that's you. I love this mod.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to look at?
Let me look at fucking what was his name? Colt Jaguar.
Yeah.
Is he conversing with her?
No, he's like at the edge. She's like on the center of the ship. Right now, she actually kind of looks like deep in thought.
Well, she's
But-
probably thinking about Shanty.
Most likely, yes. He's like on the edge of the how far out you can see. The only reason you can see so much is because she herself is so big, and so that 10-foot range is accounting for all of her size.
Widens the
Widens the aperture, yeah.
Okay.
So you can see he's like flitting in and out of the periphery at the edge. Seems to be like talking with a couple of people on the ship, but nothing in specific that you really notice about him. And he's not talking to her at the moment.
Okay.
What cool tricks is he doing with that gun?
It's just on his hip right now.
Big iron on his head.
He should be constantly spinning it. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
Does
right.
Luna see the name of the ship?
No, you do not see that far. You do not see
Darn.
far out enough for that.
Okay. Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to talk with the rest of the clutch about this, though.
Yeah, sure, of course. Does she look alright?
Alun, she's with them.
With who? What?
Oh.
What's going on? Did she look alright?
Oh. She looks as fine as a tree lady on fire can be. She didn't seem in distress.
Okay.
If she's
who's
with them,
them?
though. So there's this evil cabal of people who are after people who hold
Power?
runes, kind of like Isi does, but they don't want Isi right now for some reason. I don't get it. But we got a lot of beef with them.
Yeah, sure. Did they I don't know, did y'all get into a scrap? Y'all fought before?
Well,
something?
They kidnapped a client and honestly friend of ours, and
they
forced
killed me.
her to take on a
well, that was,
rune.
that was your well,
Sorry,
Yeah,
so they didn't kill you?
also technically one of them has loose control of my girlfriend. She's okay right now. It's complicated.
No, I get it, man. I get complicated. I understand.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain shit to me. I get
I
complicated.
noticed that Alun did not say X, and now she's like internally a little eyes emoji.
Yeah. I don't know how. I feel like he did. He mentioned it very briefly when everyone met up. But he was like, this is a touchy subject. I'm not going to get far into it. So I think
Yeah.
Ethan's
Shanty,
gotten most of it.
Yeah,
I think Florian has some of it.
got you. Shanty thinking
Yeah.
about his burning ex-girlfriend is like, yeah, man, I get it. I get complicated. No worries.
Complicated girlfriend.
Technically, they never broke up. She just died.
Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah,
they don't-
Right?
they were fiancés technically.
The wedding is off.
The wedding's
Because
still
she's
on.
dead. I've thought about how fucking funny it would be if they got married and then Ari's is also still in the relationship but not married.
Yeah.
That's how as far as I understand, that's how some people do it.
I have very close
True.
friends who that is the case for them, where two of them are married and then one of them is still dating the wife.
Ari's just like, I can't be tied down, man, even though I'm just with you two people and it wouldn't make a difference.
Marriage is a farce and I don't pay taxes anyway.
Yo, Aaron does not pay taxes.
No.
Absolutely not.
Very vocally does not pay taxes. If he sees a toll gate, that's a rat problem. They gotta catch
I
him
did
first.
not tell EC what taxes are.
I love you guys pay dues, but you don't pay taxes. So I'm proud of
No.
you guys.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Alun only
Unions-
pays dues
unions are important,
because
taxes
Thorn
suck.
already subtracts it. He has no idea it's occurring.
That's also true. She does do it automatically for you guys.
See, Doug asked about the 401k. Alun doesn't know what a 401k is.
Shanty can't count that high.
401 letters? What are these letters doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, damn, that's a lot of money.
That's a big diamond.
Is that how much diamonds you're gonna give us when we retire? I don't need
many
that
carrots.
many.
It's good for your eyesight.
Okay, where were we before we got extremely sidetracked?
Scrying, we need to talk with the rest of the clutch because she's with them. Who's them? This cabal of villains that we scrapped with, and they want the runes. What
Yeah.
about you see?
So, the one we specifically you saw him with the gun guy.
Yep. He's got.
We don't know a lot about the gun guy, but
The gun
yeah.
guy.
He shot me real good.
You don't know what a gun is, so I don't know why you're saying the gun
hand
guy.
cannon guy. The gun guy.
The guy with the shiny weapon that hit
The
Florian.
silver hand cannon.
The silver hand cannon is a fucking cool name.
He's not allowed to be cool.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
like him.
Sorry. Yeah, that sucks. What an asshole. Make it out of gold next time, loser.
He got
Right?
Florian,
I mean-
and it wasn't pleasant.
Ooh.
He
Yikes.
got me. It fucking
Ooh.
hurt.
Yikes. Well, I mean, I don't care as much about him. I mean, I could give him a little a zap for y'all. You know, give him what for.
Normally, I would not activate to violence, but I think he kind.
If things throw down, I can like be aware that he's a
Yeah.
problem and take care of him.
Well, I think ideally we want information from him because he wasn't much of a
Oh.
talker last time. Like we don't
Sure.
even know this guy's name.
I suppose, unfortunately, this has to do with what you want to talk to Danae about.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, if it's personal things, then that's not really going to concern him. But if it's more
Well,
logistical, strategic,
it's part.
What?
I mean, so I like. I'm gonna talk to her for personal reasons.
okay.
But also
What
I
if-
guess logistical.
What if you do a little, yeah, Danae, I'll be your buddy, and you're her buddy just long enough that you can sneak us a message on a cell stone. And then the rest
yeah,
of the
I mean,
plan.
I could try that, but I'm hoping that after I talk to her, there won't need to be anything else that follows. I'm hoping to sort of do some convincing, I suppose, or some more realistically some pleading with her, but
For forgiveness or
for her to stop.
stop what?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Yeah.
that it was. So you know how she is like a dryad, right?
Sure.
So she's like kind
Yeah.
of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how she's like a little bit on fire, a little bit all the time. So you could consider her to be like a burning tree. And I like lean forward with my eyebrows raised.
Yeah, from like the AC vision,
Oh.
prophet's prophecy.
And for the guy who tried to kill Francine, who had the flags flying at the burning tree.
Yeah, the little guys we chased off.
Yeah, so cat's out of the bag. My close and dear friend and the person who I care very deeply about is the current dread pirate who is wreaking havoc across the ocean. And he like takes an inhale and does an exhale and like holds his breath, waiting for you to process and respond.
Okay. Luna doesn't really have a sense of the intimidation that the title Dread Pirate confers, but
Mm-hmm.
she's sure it means something, but she's not affected by it. She's like, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So she seems
I don't
pretty
know if I'd
powerful.
be particularly intimidated by the Dread Pirate situation. I don't know how much pirates messed with mercenary ships. Given the amount of soldiers that are on mercenary ships usually.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You
That's
were
a
in
good
kind
point.
of a land branch of your previous work, right?
So the home branch was in Zamrazeni still, so there was still sea travel, and he didn't necessarily start going into Osmela. He went to other places too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Well,
you mentioned like a fishing ship, I believe, from like growing
That was
up.
his mom's ship, so that was more like coastal.
That's not really going to get dread
Oh.
pirated.
Yeah. Yarr, we stole all your fish. I'm gonna be real with you. We got some real weird situations.
Yeah.
It's not fine, but I'm not like, yes.
That's cool.
We
I
recently
like that.
found out one of our buddies' moms was part of the League of Evil, so.
Oh, that's yeah, interesting. Okay. So you're
Oh,
dating one of the League of Evil, and one of your friends'
Bro, my
moms is in the
girlfriend
League of
literally
Evil.
got killed Luna. So.
Whoa.
Well,
And
it was technically not your girlfriend. It was the other entity that controls her body.
She has
right?
multiple
And those are
personalities, and one of those personalities is a sword. Look, we need a couple more drinks and maybe some paper to draw a diagram of this.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I love a good polycule map, so I better understand what the fuck's going on there.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad y'all are so chill about this. I'm not. It's a little confusing for me, and it's very vulnerable for me to talk about. So I'm both very pleased and also a bit confused at your chill acceptance, but I'll take it.
Shanty dear.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. We don't think any less of you or anything about this. It's just, it's a fact.
I'm not like trying to one up your story. I'm just trying to. It's like it's.
Oh, I didn't think you were trying to. No, man. I don't think you're trying to one up me. I get it. It's more that like I am personally entangled with the current villain of the entire ocean. Well, that's what I'd like to think, right? Like, but that's why I want to talk to her. See, is because I think that she's just hurt. I think she's a little ill.
Well, in the past year and a half, we've really upped our connections to important and influential people. So I'm really not that shocked.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I figured we'd sneeze and find someone in at some point with this.
I mean,
cool.
That was part of the whole Destiny deal I was signed up for, so.
Yeah, I guess. Destiny on the path of Destiny.
We should gather the heads of our extraordinary think tank and think of how we want to do this.
All right.
Could
and we go down to the deck to get everyone gathered around. We ring the deck bell.
Ding, ding, ding. I can get Wave make the bell's been broken for a couple of years, but I think Waves can just make the sound.
Hell yeah.
Luna's gonna tap Ganigel on the shoulder as they pass, as if he hasn't she's pretty sure he's been listening to the whole conversation, but she's gonna act like he wasn't and tap him and beckon him along with.
I would like to interject for just a second.
Yeah.
There's an RP that I wanted to do with Riley, but hopefully before the night is over. I'd just like to hopefully make sure that happens as well as.
Yeah, I thought we were doing that Friday.
Oh, I figured we would. Okay.
But we can also do it today if there's time.
That's okay. That's
right. I have it in my schedule as like when me and Fab were figuring out when we wanted to do our Mistral.
Right. That's when I wrote it down. And I talked to Gabe about it, but I guess I didn't talk to you about it. Doing it today, but we did schedule it for Friday, so that's all right.
But also we could do it. I mean, fuck when we scheduled it. If we have time today, we can do it today.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to listening to that.
Yeah.
I was just coming in with the impression that we were doing it Friday and that we would like.
You're right. That is what we communicated. So that's okay.
But that is what we communicated. But now that I know that you were under the impression we were doing it today, we could also do it today because we can just change those plans on the fly if we want. I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, it's scheduled for Friday, so we have to do it Friday. I'm more so saying that's what I thought, but we can not do that. We can do it now if we want.
Maybe after the meeting of the minds, the brain trust meeting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Cool.
All right, so you're gathering everybody up?
Yeah, just a second.
Okay. You give Waves a little signal and he does a loud, like, ringing sound. It sounds like a very realistic bell. As the crew gathers up.
Can I take a quick like $5? I gotta give Miki some.
Yes, this is a good spot for us to take a short little break.
Mhm.
Fill up on
And
water,
also,
do as you need.
All right.
while Shanty has been talking about all his shit, if anyone else has shit they want to do with RP wise while this is happening, I don't want to take up so much time.
I mean, to be fair, it is not just Shanty.
I know it's not just Shanty, but I've been in like every scene since I logged on, so I want to give other people a chance to like do scenes too, you know? Just opening that forum instead of just being like, I'm going to keep going.
I mean, while you weren't here, EC and Luna were having a scene.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling up to doing like voice RP today.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like shit.
Oh,
So-
but I'm sorry. You sound not great, man. I'm sorry you're sick.
Yeah.
I get it though. Yeah. I'm still. My throat is still a little coffee phlegmy from when I was sick like 2 weeks ago now. So it's like, ugh. I get it. Save your voice.
As my voice is fine. It's just my brain is fucking. Ugh,
Mm.
you know.
Oh, right, because you have the Rona, yes.
Yeah.
The brain fried disease.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, it's alright. I just didn't want to miss
Yeah.
the thing, but it's like I figured I probably wasn't gonna have much to say. So.
Makes sense.
It's like I can just about think as me right now. I don't know if I can like engage a different person's brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
All right, everybody. We have
We're
bit of
still
a.
we're still waiting on Zoe to come back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
It's okay.
Tadaima.
Welcome back, Zoe.
Okairi.
Ohio.
Skibbity.
Gonzaimasu.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Just skibbity Ohio to you, young man.
A young skibbity,
Oh my
young
God.
skibbity Ohio. That's how you say good morning in Japanese, right?
No, we want
Yeah,
Mike to come
correct.
back. We don't want him to leave.
Wait,
Yeah,
we have
true.
to say normal shit. Hang on.
Shit, fuck. My credit score is back to 900.
That's really good.
I
Yes.
never left.
My credit rating is over 9,000.
Indeed. Car payments coming up. I
no,
think
I know
can
you never
afford
left,
them.
Michael. You were just muted.
I never left, but I was about to leave.
I know. Thank God I stopped them.
Did you see the football?
I'm excited for the big
Anyways.
game next year.
We gather all of our friends up to the top deck to talk about the plot important stuff. In the D&D.
We're here.
And anyways, that's the situation, Elude says, going out. We spent the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Shanty's looking nervously and like pressing his fingers together in front of him, like, oh, is it? So like, yeah, that's the yeah.
See, if you guys never dated anybody, this wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, that's
You know, that is a great fucking point.
a win for monkhood.
Nigel nods solemnly.
He
Although
knows what's up.
I have to say, I worry this might have happened regardless of my presence. If anything, I'm hoping that the fact that I have that connection with her will help us sort of pull her out of it.
I'm mostly curious as to, their end game, like their goal. I mean, of course, how to stop them, because part of it involves an invasion of the world as we know it. But
Whose endgame you talking about? You talking about the Dread Pirates or these new people?
our old nemesis.
Gotcha. I have no clue.
So you're talking about like.
Sorry.
Go ahead. You go.
Does your friend have any connection to any gods? Because the bad guys is on our side are after runes. Is there an ocean rune?
So I ain't never heard of runes before. I'm not really sure. But well, how does one go about acquiring a rune? I'll ask that.
Well, we found it in some weird temple. Is there a fucked up underwater temple we could go to?
That'd be cool. I wouldn't say no to that. But not that I've been to, or not that I know of. You wouldn't happen to have to perform some kind of ritual or something, would you?
No, not necessarily.
All right. Well,
I think that probably depends on the god.
EC speaks up. It wasn't a whole pomp and circumstance thing. It was I touched the rune. I think I was deemed worthy because I wasn't fucking blasted back like Luna was.
Yeah, that one wasn't fun.
But I'm thinking that, and EC just sort of puts down their journal. What if they're just supporting her to get free range to look for the temple?
Balloon, you also know another way that runes are passed from person to person.
Yes, and I specifically do not remember. Can you remind me?
Coitus?
You have to kill the previous rune bearer, I believe.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure. You also can kill the previous rune bearer. Are you sure she? No, she had a rune. They would maybe either try to control her or kill her. Which this might be the control her part.
So if you got to touch the rune to take it or kill somebody who had it.
Yeah.
There's no way that a rune could be, I don't know, made of lightning.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, because
Can't rule it out, honestly.
All right. Well, maybe I should go into a little bit more detail. When Danae and I sort of became the way we are at the moment, it was well, she weren't the dread pirate yet. That would be our I guess you'd call him our adoptive father, Radcliffe. He was the dread pirate before her, and he raised us. And he had some kind of plan going on. He was a bit of a fanatic, a zealot. He certainly was a religious type, but not any god that wants anything good for this world, I suppose. He kind of hated AC a bit because he felt that control of the seas and the oceans and the storms and the tides shouldn't belong to just some fucking catfish at the bottom of the ocean, I guess. No disrespect.
The shipless,
Yeah.
the water royals,
His words, not mine.
the sea calms.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So he was trying to claim any kind of power he could, and that involved some kind of ritual that he was performing in what I could only describe as like some great fucking elemental storm. I'm not sure if he conjured it or if it happened on its own, but he was pleased as a peach when it showed up, and he got to work real quick. And me and Danae, we'd been planning for some time to sort of mutiny, get rid of him, unseat him. He wasn't a good man, and well, this seemed like a good opportunity to try it. He was distracted. He was in a vulnerable position, and well, he was going to use Danae's tree as a focal point, and I think that would have killed her. And I couldn't have that. So we killed him first. But it was the timing of it all is a bit of a blur, but ritual completed when the lightning struck the tree, and we killed him when it did. But can a rune be split? Can it be separated? Can it be put into multiple people at once? I don't know how this all
So
works.
You're thinking you might have it too.
Or part
He
of
like blinks and thinks about that and goes, "Oh, huh. I didn't consider."
Say, sure, we can work on that theory.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only
exactly
you
a
need
precedent.
you need to get to your girl, or you need to be like a million miles away from your girl, because
Right.
then they'd only have half a rune.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll
But also
otherwise, yeah.
Do you think you can use your rune to call for hers? Call to hers theoretically if it exists?
I don't know if I even have something. I mean, I certainly have spent many nights thinking about her, trying to call out to her, but I ain't heard nothing back. I mean, Luna just reached out to her with nothing but a little peek inside my head and a bit of a overworded description from me. I feel like if I had that kind of connection,
Here's a thought. You said you have the static in you,
yeah.
and that will kind of running all the time. Have you ever tried listening to it? Just listening to it.
Oh gosh. No, I guess I'm always trying to tune it out, honestly.
Sometimes the way to learn about something is not to deny its existence. And that can be difficult. But
Yeah.
There is no such thing as bad knowledge.
there's knowledge that can get you like a bop on the head that's very painful, but
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I can give it a shot. I mean, I've been practicing trying to quiet shit down, like you were showing me, but maybe I could try to focus on instead of quieting shit down, just well, I guess quieting everything but my shit down and giving it a listen.
lightning takes the path of the least resistance. And
Yeah.
maybe that's a thought to take at least once as a little test. And if you have the goal to maybe see if you can follow it to Dene, maybe it'll do something, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll just get a big soot mark on the ship when the lightning strikes you again.
Yeah. I guess I'm just... I'm afraid, is what I'll say. I'm man enough to admit that.
Yeah.
Early on, after the events took place and we disposed of our old captain, we were both experiencing some crazy shit going on. And anytime well, at first it took all my focus not to just let it all out. And I hurt some people around me. And I guess the way I learned control is to tune it out. So I'd be afraid to undo that, but
Just listening doesn't mean you have to let it control you.
yeah.
Knowledge and action are different.
If you're worried, me and Luna and several other people can probably do something to keep
I would argue
you
EC
safe
would be of
or
help
everyone
here.
else safe.
You see
Also,
what's up, huh?
we could do a gnarly sleep spell. It could knock you right the fuck out.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I'm just worried about it taking the path of least resistance, and that path might be straight out of me and through all of y'all.
I have done way
that's
worse
fair.
to myself. Do not
I've
even
taken
worry.
worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
We
I saw you take
have
some worse,
for a
actually.
Vivify spell, if worse comes to worst.
Oh man, I don't want to think about the prospect of killing any of y'all.
We are in
But
fact built different, though. Please do not worry about it.
You are built different. I have seen clear evidence of that. Yeah, you're not gonna just fucking fall over like a...
Balloon, how about one of us, out of the two of us, can just stay back away, just in case, for this, if that helps ease your mind.
Yeah, that could work.
All right.
I'm also not saying we should do it right now.
Yeah, let me
we can
let me
wait.
think on it.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it. Yeah. And in the meantime, if anyone has like a lightning rod or like some kind of way to...
Got some forks in here somewhere.
My staff is wood.
Yeah,
I'm a druid. I don't really carry metal a lot, but yeah.
that's fair. Hey, Florian, Ganigel, any of y'all like stolen some big metal shit before that you might have on your persons?
A 3-foot tall gnome, what do you think?
Doesn't little girl have a great big fucking sword we can use?
Oh, you're totally right.
Big sword.
It's a big sword.
We all look expectantly at her with big pleading eyes.
She's guiding the ship right now. She's not. She was told to keep it straight while you guys were having this meeting.
Oh
We
wait,
peek
I have
over
an
the
immovable
deck
rod.
railing at her.
Florian has an immovable rod.
I have an immovable rod.
You have
Well,
what?
So like I got this. He reaches into his pack, I guess, and he pulls out a little rod, and it seems pretty simple, but he kind of tosses it from one hand to the other and clicks a button at the end, and it's it starts seemingly floating in the air towards the back of the ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the ship moving right now?
The ship is moving. Yes.
He goes, oh, and then he grabs it and presses the button again.
Oh hell.
Yeah, so I got that.
Okay. That could work, I think. Maybe.
It's not as big as little girl's sword.
EC also gestures to the plethora of metal weaponry she has on her.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe you should take all that off before we do this.
Yeah.
If not saying we're doing it now, but yeah, I'd like to try something like that. I don't know anything about the runes shit or any of that, but it might be nice to try something like that. If someone had a rune And
Mhm.
you said that if you kill that person, you get their rune, right?
Yeah.
What if
Well,
two
I
people
think
kill that?
it just like suspends like the air and like someone has to like touch it.
Oh, I see.
I love that EC is just making this up.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe then that wouldn't be because I didn't see nothing.
Roll an
like
insight check, Shanty.
that.
He's just making shit up on the basis that EC only knows about touching a
EC's
rune.
Sources,
Yeah.
dude, just trust me.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I trust you. See.
Seems legit.
Yeah. So maybe what I'm thinking of isn't the case then, because I was thinking like if it were just like a 1-to-1 transfer and it weren't like floating out of the person, like what would happen if
Question
two
for
people?
Gabe.
Yeah.
Did my rune ever react to the one that was in that chamber?
No.
Like, is there like a resonance or anything?
No.
Okay.
What do you theorize would happen if two people killed a rune bearer at the same time?
Well, like, I can't really say. I did not acquire my rune that way.
Yeah, I mean it's not really worth thinking about anyways, because if it just floats out the person, then I would have seen something like that. So Radcliffe probably didn't have it.
I could.
Don't
I
suggest
could
we kill
try
you.
something. No, you couldn't. First of all.
Okay, well, no, I mean, I don't think I could if I tried. I mean, like, don't suggest that you let us kill you and then bring you back, because that would be a little upsetting.
No.
Okay, cool.
Again, you couldn't if you tried. But also,
even if you let me.
That's the thing. I would not let you.
Okay, that's what I'm. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Continue.
EC makes a point of look at Loot. I could like, if you need to like, if you do this like this listening to the lightning, I could try something.
What's that?
I could force you. Well, I could compel you, because like my rune is like makes me really compelling. Like I've made Luna just like bow before me, so I could like make you sit still and not think about anything but that static or whatever. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, that's a real convincing argument.
But that's like
I was making a joke
to try.
That you were being real convincing. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to try that if it certainly takes the choice out of it, right? Like I can't be afraid of doing it if I can't not do it. I think.
Like I think there is like looks to Luna. Like there's a moment where you can like try to resist, right? Miela.
Well, I mean, if I was letting you, I wouldn't resist, right?
But like just to like, I'm just like confirming like there is a time. There's a feeling that Luna could resist when I tried it on her, right?
Yes,
I'm like
but
looking
I
for
feel
confirmation.
I mean, you've gotten more control and power since then, so I think it would be much more difficult to resist it at this point. But yes, there is an opportunity to resist.
Because it's not like, because like my rune is like of Kapak, like the sovereign, so like people listen to me.
Right.
When I invoke the power.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it firsthand, I believe, if that's what that was when we.
That is what that was.
Very impressive.
But like,
it's worth a shot.
I also think that I don't think that you guys have runes. Like, I think that person with the silver thingy is
silver
here.
Hand cannon.
Whatever that thing that hurt Florian. I think
dang.
he is here in like preemptive, like if he can like secures a amendment of freedom if she's like trying to take over the ocean, right?
That's right.
And if they are helping her, then they have a free reign over the ocean, and like wouldn't like they'd be free to like look for like temples and stuff.
Right. So you think they're like sowing the seeds, making deals, politicking it,
Yes.
trying to pick
They
the winning
have-
side.
Basic control of all the trade routes, essentially. So that's pretty sound logic.
Yeah.
Which is to say, we need to stop this at any
Yeah.
cost.
Well, not at any cost. Like we would prefer that.
I didn't say
we
all
were
costs.
still
I just said
alive.
any cost.
That's like the same thing, like wording, old wolf.
How about by any
Now-
means necessary?
Now, y'all,
Several means necessary.
y'all are having this conversation about this magic shit. We do have to get down to the fact that she has called me out and is looking for my head, and I am looking to try and take care of this as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, all this research y'all want to do, I appreciate it, but I do not think the timetable we have is going to allow much of it.
I mean, we're not going to be walking into a fucking library or nothing. I think we're just talking about trying some shit out before.
Yeah, we're gonna have Shandy like meditate for a little bit, and then we're gonna teleport him onto a ship or something.
Shandy crosses his arms and it's like, yeah, Francine, I'm going to meditate.
Wait, you're getting teleported onto that ship alone?
Probably.
That's the plan, yeah.
Technically, I can make a portal into a tree if we can land on an island with another tree.
Nope,
and so
that's
you're
not what
broken.
you're doing. I've already got somebody who can do this. Don't worry. Me,
Easy.
I just think she'd be
Goes-
really surprised if you
Me-
hey, no,
we-
that
Yeah,
wouldn't
if some
happen.
Are we-
motherfuckers burst out of her body.
Francine looks at Shanty. Are you trying to surprise her?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of trying to like not do that.
So, why don't we keep your surprises and your plans to a minimum? I appreciate all of y'all and your opinions on the situation, but Shanty and I have the most information about our specific situation here, and we have a plan set in motion.
But I think it would be pretty cool if we need to make some kind of escape, if that's a thing you could try. Like, if it,
Sure.
ideally we're not fighting her, and ideally we're not losing in a fight to her if we have to fight her.
It's a
But if
great-
that comes to pass, and you can open a fucking hole in her tree so we can leave, I'm there, man.
It's a great backup plan. I appreciate you coming up with that.
Yeah, thank you. And I nudge Francine like you're being mean.
I've already sent a message to Thorn about getting our mutual contact here on the ship to help with this.
So, what is the plan?
I mean, my plan was to go to her with y'all and some other reinforcements and kill her. Shanty would like to have an opportunity to talk to her before we do that, so as to not kill her.
Yeah, I'd really like it if we could not kill her.
Why did she call for your head, if I may ask?
Because I still hold a lot of sway on the sea. And she wants to, take ultimate control and have her own way. And with me here, there's always going to be a split. There's always going to be a different opinion.
A lot of people respect Francine, and even if they say they're loyal to the burning tree, if Francine asks them to do something, they'll do it.
Yeah. And I do not agree with her plans.
Shanty, how do you think you're gonna convince her to back off if it's like this? She wants complete control and Francine stands in the way.
Well, I like to think I'm charming. And he gives smiles. There's a little twinkle in his eye. But more than that, I think out of anyone, I understand her the most. I know why she's doing what she's doing, and if there's anyone who can talk her out of it, it's me.
I do have to agree with that.
She's hurting real bad, and not just because of what happened to us, but because of what happened to her. She used to be part of a whole grove of trees. Most dryads are. She was uprooted, stolen.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Some asshole had the bright idea of making a ship that could sail itself, and this was how they wanted to go about doing that. So she's kind of just been.
Be damned.
Yeah, well, she was a slave when I first met her.
Ouch. So what does she want then? Besides being in control of the seas, does she want to go home? What does she want?
I think there's a part of her that wants to return home, definitely. But also, it's been so long since she's been there. Like she was just a child. She was a baby. I think mostly she wants vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to stop what happened to her from ever happening again. And I think in her eyes, that means if she's got all control over everything here, she can make sure that shit don't happen again. But she's going about it in an awful way, I think. Not everyone on the ocean, not even every criminal, every pirate, every cutthroat murderer deserves what she's got coming for him. Ultimately, she's hurt and she's scared and she wants recompense. And I think she deserves it. But not at the cost of so many people who don't deserve it. And I think right now she's just seeing too much red.
Francine, would you be willing or able to help her get this vengeance? Well, not an extended vengeance, but some sort of peace.
I am not opposed to a peaceful solution to our problem. I don't want to kill her, but she's the one who's put up the challenge,
I understand that, and you're not just going to lay down and die.
Yeah.
I'd like to convince her there's a peaceful way to achieve what she wants.
I think it might go a long way to extend support for her goals. At least the big one.
The biggest goal that she shared is controlling the seas and making sure that everyone is under her thumb so that no one does what they did to her.
And I think there's a part of her that isn't thinking straight, isn't well. I think her desire for control has sort of evolved. And I'm hoping I can reach the girl in there that I knew once, and I can convince her to see that what she's doing is crazy. And that she isn't achieving what she wants to achieve.
That is incredibly noble. And I appreciate and respect that you want that. But what if your charming side does not work and you are stuck on the ship?
We call in the cavalry, and we have a fucking hell of a battle. And he looks at EC very, very intently in the eyes, makes direct eye contact. And this is, I think, maybe the most serious you've seen Shanty ever. No smiles, no mask, no veneer. He looks at you and says, and if I have to, and she won't listen to me, I'll kill her myself. That's what has to happen.
He's gonna look at you really hard and just study you for a moment. I think her eyes flash red. I'd like to make an insight on that statement,
Yeah.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm weak, so.
Yeah, I guess you technically have disadvantage.
Oh,
I mean,
But what if they didn't?
with a 14, as far as you can tell, you feel pretty confident that Shanty's being very serious about this.
curse you, past Mike.
I mean, I don't think that Shanty's even trying to be deceptive or persuasive or anything either. Like, I think that this is Shanty's attempt to be open up and be vulnerable and be very honest, which is not even like, it's not in his nature to do that, and so it's like him putting in an effort to drop the guard. And I think you can tell that there's like a deep like sorrow and regret and sadness and shame and guilt. Like, he feels responsible for what's happening, and that it needs to be the one to end it, however he can, by any means necessary.
Well,
And so he's very serious about that.
I think after another moment, he sees eye softens like, I hope it does not have to come to that, but it is good to see that you are serious about this.
Fuck, EC, I hope it doesn't come to that too, but I ran away once because I was afraid of what she was becoming. And if I had tried to talk to her then, maybe I could have stopped her. And I'm sure as hell gonna try to talk to her now. But
if you go in there, you cannot be plagued by the mistakes of the past. You have to go in there knowing and being sure of yourself. Don't compare your past wrongs. If you're going there to right them, if you're going there to convince her, then you need to be focused on that and not what happened in the past. We all run from the past. That's how we get to the future.
He smiles. Yeah, don't I fucking know it. You're right. But past couple of months have been formative for me, and I think for the first time ever, especially after meeting all y'all, yeah, for the first time, I think I'm not running away from my past. I'm moving towards my future, and the first step towards that is fixing this. So I'm gonna fix this.
Okay. Then
And he gives you a big smile.
I'll help you. Granted, I think you going to the ship alone is a really stupid plan. But
Sure is. But it's the only way I can talk to her.
EC, I don't know if you can talk about stupid plans.
I can, I'm an expert. Stupid plan got me killed.
You've executed a couple of them yourself, just saying.
And I know a stupid plan when I hear one, Florian.
Damn, how many of y'all have died? Damn.
I've died.
Before we all met each other? Or after?
I guess just in general. Like,
I've died.
3 people raised their hand.
Florian raises
Ezra's
both of
not
his
here.
hands.
what, you too, Florian? Oh, wait, that's like your whole fucking thing. I forgot.
Yeah, like 5 times.
5
Yeah,
times.
something.
Oh,
Wow.
so you died 5 times and you're trying to judge me, Little Purple Man?
Bro, it
Hey,
wasn't
it
my
weren't his
fault.
fault.
Wasn't my fault either.
Part of him was a
Mostly.
kid.
As you guys are having this conversation, there's a rush of air, and then like a quiet little oof as from behind Grim, like shunted out of him, pushed away, comes a familiar blonde-haired elf.
The 6 foot tall twink.
Oh my
who's the
gosh.
twink?
Oh,
Wimble, you scared the bejesus out of us.
whew. Oh, hello. You're all gathered here together. Am I
You sure are.
interrupting? Hi, Francine. Hey, Wimbo. Oh, EC, it's good to see
Easy
you.
hug to him, Bob.
Wimbo will give EC a very tight hug in return.
That's EC's cousin-in-law.
How are you, cousin-in-law?
Oh, wow.
I think we just call each other cousin. Like,
Yeah, I know. I thought it was funny.
hello. Oh,
Chansey leans over to Luna like, thanks for the info. I don't know any of these fuckers.
then EC sort of looks around. Oh, just you, huh? No other.
No, Thorn is staying back. She's still gotta, do.
Oh, paperwork.
Yep.
She's thrilled, I'm sure.
If she could teleport, she would definitely be the one here, but she can't, so I'm here.
Well, it is good to have you on board.
Thank you. How's everybody doing?
I'm sorry.
Just peachy keen.
We had a whole tentacle thing yesterday.
Oh, sounds like I missed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should
I
have
wanted
been
to ask
there.
everybody here. What have you noticed? There, when we defeated the Baron, there was some sort of effect, but I can't quite put my thumb on what's different. Does anybody have any idea?
EC sort of like looks at all of you, and you see his
Wimbo.
eyes. Sorry, Wimbo sort of looks at all. Thank you, Michael. Wimbo looks at all of you, and like his eyes glow for a moment. He's like, "Oh yeah, you guys all have like a little bit of a magical aura around you guys. That's interesting. I wonder what it could be."
Sounds like the shadow snake from hell left a little something behind, maybe?
Yeah,
Oh,
doesn't
definitely.
I don't think that was like the very fiendish in nature.
it doesn't
though.
look like a curse though?
What
Sorry,
can
is hell
you
like
say?
a fiend thing only?
Itches, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Y'all got
So
something
you
going
just-
on.
You just said from like hell, and it doesn't like. I fought a few infernal things in the Underdark, and it didn't have the same
Oh, sorry.
like, vibe.
I must have misspoke. It's shadow snake from Shadow Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry, I did not mean to argue semantics with you.
No, you're good, man. I'd like to be speaking accurately. Shadow Town it is.
Arguing semantics is a great way to pass the time, but I don't think we've got time to pass right now.
That is fair.
Oh, like EC like looks around. Are we doing this like immediately? Because like I need like a couple more days.
After a couple moments, Francine and Wimbo look up. Francine looks over at Shanti. I mean, we're thinking about sending you as soon as possible, basically, right? You already
I
sent
think
her a
we're-
message, right?
We already sent her a message. She said that we are welcome. I am welcome on her ship, and we have ascertained the location of said ship. I mean, all there is left to do is maybe a little meditating on my part if we're trying to figure out anything there, but otherwise.
Do we yeah, we have a location to send you. Do we know where like exactly that location is and like how far we are from it?
Wimbo turns to Shanti. Do you have like something of hers? I can just scry on her, get a quick view, and
Oh, we already got a scry going on.
gotcha. I mean, I need to
Oh,
see it
Luna.
for the teleportation, but
Oh, sure, yeah, sure.
I can scry. It's not hard for me.
Okay. Yeah, sure, man. Here. Are we're doing this now? Is this happening right now? This is also fast.
I mean, I assume that's what we're doing, right? That's what I came here for. I'm
Yeah,
coming with
damn.
you, and then I'm taking you back out if we need to, real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. I will have to meditate later, I guess.
Yeah, Francine was letting me know the time is a little bit of the essence here. And Francine nods. You know, sooner we can get this done, the better. So, just not. I don't mean to rush you. I'm just seemed important.
It is important. Yeah, I just thought we would be closer physically before we engaged, but yeah, no. Quick pop in, pop out, real casual like, no worries.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I get that, man. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready. I suppose. Yeah. Here. Take this, and I hand him my coin.
Yep. He'll look it over real quick. He'll say a couple words in Draconic. She will roll
While
the
he's
check.
while he's doing that and focusing, I'm gonna turn to Florian.
Mm.
Hey, Mayor Dinkle or whatever the fuck your name is.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. I don't think nothing's gonna go wrong, but if some shit goes wrong and my best friend blows me to smithereens and my pieces get all scattered, which is very unlikely because I'm very strong and lightning resistant. Right. But if that does happen, could you put me back together in a cool way? You know, I kind of like the marbling you got going on. I feel like I could rock it.
Me, I could ask Sadie. I mean, I'll do my best.
He gave me the money to give you a reincarnate, so you might get a new body, but maybe you'll have like a better ass.
I don't know if you can get much better.
I mean, it's just fine the way it is.
Yeah.
You look at Florian like.
Florian tries to look nonchalant.
Well, listen, if I get blown up to a million pieces, you have final say on the artistic vision of my reconstruction, and you are free to carve anything you want within reason on my bones.
Damn.
Deal?
That's dangerous.
Everybody heard that, right? Everybody heard that.
Yeah.
It's listen, because like my arm opens up, you can see my whole bone situation. What if there were some sick fucking patterns on it?
Hell yeah.
So you have permission. If I get blown up, I better wake up looking cool as fuck. All right.
Oh, that I can guarantee.
Oh, okay. Don't draw anything on me, like stupid.
Okay. Do you want to look cool or not?
I want to look cool.
Do you give me artistic license or not?
Fuck yeah, I guess I'll trust you, man. You're the mayor after all.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get blown up, so it's fine.
Right.
This discussion sparks something in Isi's mind, and Florian feels a tight hand on Florian's shoulder.
He looks.
Isi's looking at him with a bit of that dangerous, calm energy. I recall seeing something on my hand when I woke up this morning. By the way.
Oh, really? That's crazy, man.
I hope you know how to swim.
What if I said I didn't?
I'll have Luna cast water walking on you.
That sounds an awful lot like a threat.
Oh, it's a promise and a threat.
He ducks and runs.
Isi doesn't have the strength to.
It's the intimidation factor that counts.
That's true.
Isi then sort of stumbles back slightly into Luna, but not fully.
Luna not fully
Thing.
easy.
Watch yourself, Florian.
No, Shanty's already got an eye on me.
And that's the only one I got.
You apparently also have an eye on him and his hindquarters.
That was a joke.
Oh, dang it!
You
It
gotta
works.
say haha JK after a joke though, dude.
No. I've never heard you do that, man.
He does it
So
all
I
the
never
time.
joke.
Old Wolf does haha joking all the time. So at least he's like laughing all the time when he's high.
Fair.
I'm
That's a
gonna, by the
valid
way, I'm gonna
point.
walk up to a loon and I'm gonna reach over to my shoulder and like pull Squidward off my shoulder and hold him out to a loon. And I'm gonna say, "Now you look after him while I'm gone, all right?
Of course, it's my turn to babysit the kid.
Yeah, make sure he gets 3 square meals a day. He's real hungry. He's a growing boy.
I'm gonna take him into the water and I'm gonna teach him how to hunt again, even though he already knows.
Hell
And
yeah.
he's
Maybe
gonna
you could
come
like
kiss
turn
me.
into an octopus while you're doing, so he feels less weird. Like a fish out of water. No pun
I'll
intended.
do it. I will
All
do
right.
it. I will be his octopus father.
Thanks. You know what? We raised a good kid.
You see,
bet you
looks
know,
to
but I
Luna,
agree.
what the fuck did I miss?
Wipe a single
It's
tear
been
away from my
36
good eye.
hours.
Walk over to Wimbo. I'm ready.
I'm gonna make sure he goes to octopus college.
What
Dad
the
sent
fuck
him
did
to
I
Octo
miss,
College.
Niala? I thought this was just an octopus.
You know what they say about big cats, big rumbles.
Yeah,
What?
Wimbo's been scrying. It takes about 10 minutes, so while you guys are having all these conversations, he's casting spell.
Again, Luna, email him the coordinates.
He finishes up pretty quickly. He's like, okay, yep, I just gotta pull out my chalk. I'm gonna save the quick teleport if we need to make a quick return, okay?
Yeah, sure, that makes sense, man. Hey, thanks for doing this, by the way. I don't know if I caught your name.
Oh, Wimbo. Apparently you're going to get to know me pretty well.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, nice to meet you, man. Wimbo, it's I'm sure you heard of me, but it's
Shanty.
Shanty Calico.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Very nice to meet you. Yeah, so he takes a minute to draw the teleportation circle.
Do something real quick. I just want to see something.
Oh no, he can't do that. Never mind. It's the other way around.
Oh, I'm gonna say retroactively.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Oh.
Yeah, what happens retroactively?
There's something in Shanty's pocket. He might not know it yet, but there's something in his pocket.
Cool.
Gotcha.
I'm excited to discover a thing in my pocket later and see what it is. I think I know what it is, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't even need to scry. Yeah, if you have an associated object, that's a 0 to 100.
Wait, teleportation's what?
If he has an associated object, on target is a 1 to 100 on the roll. You can't
Because
miss.
I have a thing that belonged to her,
Yes.
I can't not get to her.
Yeah. Yeah. How long does this take to cast? It is one action? Yeah, one action. Okay. Wimbo looks at Shanty. Okay, so it's just you, right?
Yeah, I think so. Any more, and I think she'd be upset. So just me.
All right. Okay, let's go stand over here. Actually, I'm gonna say he saw where, so he knows where to teleport you, so that you're not like in the middle of a wall or something.
Sure, yeah. I don't want to glitch through and accidentally speedrun the game.
Exactly.
I want to enjoy my time.
So he waves goodbye to everybody. And you are there's like this immediate tug behind your navel, and you are whisked away. And we'll continue that next time.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll continue that next time.
Nice.
Because we got a couple of things that I wanted to do before we finished up while we have everybody here. So as far as us talking about the Baron's blessing, did you guys have any ideas of something that you wanted that to be? I have a couple, but I wanted to work it out with you guys. This is sort of like a permanent boon you guys are getting from that.
Okay, so it's permanent now.
As
It
far
was
as you know,
permanent
yeah.
before.
I think it should give us a wish spell.
Okay.
Every single one of us a wish spell.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, each of us get one wish.
Okay.
I was thinking in the past week more of the lines of like a feat.
I think that's fine, but I'd want it to be more personalized than that. Like, just the feat is.
What if we all get shadow touched because the man was from Shadow Town, and then there's something else that's like small but personalized?
It could be an option.
What thematically is the Baron about in League of Legends?
He's a very powerful creature from the abyss.
The void.
The void. It's the same thing, Michael.
No,
Oh, sorry, they're different.
they are.
But the Baron's buff physically like buffs you. It gives you attack power and magic power, and it also buffs your minions when you're near them. Makes them tougher, makes them stronger. I don't think they move faster. Mike?
The minions,
A
they
minion buff would
do
be
not move
so
that
good
fast.
for Nezrin.
Oh my god,
not.
yeah.
But,
Nezrin's gonna come back and it's be like, why is everyone a little spookier?
But I do like the idea of it doing something when you guys are near each other. That would be cool.
Aren't
What
we
about
all
every
each
time
other's
we kiss,
minions?
we swear we could fly?
If we kiss each other, it gives us a +1 in something.
In
Yeah.
everything.
And flying.
We're all just breaking out.
Or like every time we touch,
We get a feeling, yeah.
yeah, we get a feeling.
If you pass by your party member and slap their ass, you get +1 AC.
Oh my god.
If you can hear my heartbeat fast, then it extends the duration of any effect.
God damn it.
Okay, you guys done?
I'm not joking. I think that everyone's unique effect should be based on one line from every time we touch. I want this to last. Extended spell, sort of meta magic sorcery.
Oh my god.
I need you in my
Oh.
life. Recasting a revivify.
So there's a global saving throw modifier that we could do. So if you wanted it when we are closer to each other, X amount of people within 10 feet of one another is +1 to that global saving throw modifier.
Interesting. It could be like a paladin aura.
Yes.
What were the Baron's abilities?
Acid,
Well-
fear, being smoke monster esque. Swimming.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throws to hit you with needles, I guess.
Yes. It was the paralyzing effect of it as well.
Paralyzing, like fear aura, necrotic damage.
Yeah, he could lower your AC. He could make you do half damage to him. He could paralyze you.
Could it be something related to one of those abilities?
It's hard to transfer Baron to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
because while he did a lot of that, those were also in exchange to different things. Like
Yeah.
Baron, the person Baron was attacking had less defenses and did less damage, but everyone else that wasn't there, like actively like getting attacked by Baron was fine. If you stood behind him, he could do more damage to you. He's had
Yeah,
a
his like spikes come
variety
up.
of a variety of changes have happened to him over the years. But in all actuality, he's just like this huge monstrosity from the void that has no like proper standing in the lore as of this moment.
He's a big void
Yeah.
monster that you fight,
Yeah.
and he gives your team a buff. And the buff is better magic and attack damage and boosting your minions.
The buff helps you end the game.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I get a +1 on my spell save.
I
Better
do
spell.
I do like the idea of when you are standing near each other, it activating. Like I really like that idea of it. It could be like a 10-foot aura around each of you that has things happen when you're standing near each other.
Advantage on attacks.
Could be.
Plus to saving
Extra
throw
armor.
DC.
Plus to saving.
Use the help action as a bonus action.
Ooh.
One
Oh, a bonus
d4
action would be very good for folks who don't have a lot of bonus action options.
1d4 acid damage when you're within 10 feet of an ally.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Ooh.
Plus like resistance to acid damage or something.
Oh, what if it's like... So what if it's like a compounding die? So like when it's two people near each other, it's like a bless, just a d4. When it's three people near each other, it goes up to like a d6, d8, d10, d12. To like saves and or attacks, right?
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think instead of compounding die, it should just be multiple d4s.
I don't know. I like the size of the die getting bigger.
Yeah.
That way you can also still just roll a 1.
Yeah. I think it is better if it's just the size of the die gets bigger, because you can still fuck it up even if you're working together, you know?
Yep.
Sorry guys, I'm fading. I'm gonna need to go to bed.
You're good. Okay, I'll solidify something for that then, and have it to you guys by next week. I know Alun wanted to sacrifice his blessing to AC, so we can talk about that next week too. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was I wanted to try and make a change to inspiration points. Specifically how they're awarded. I do think I want to keep the RP vote at the end of the episode as a way to get points, but I was talking with some people, and I know I think it's Powered by the Apocalypse does this thing that whenever you fail a roll, that's how you get experience points.
Yes, that's how Dungeon World works.
So I was thinking to make it like a little bit more like instead of it being something you just save up, and like me awarding it to you guys for role playing or whatever it is, whenever you fail on an attack or like a saving throw or something like that, you get an inspiration point.
Oh.
I'm down to try
The
something
other
like
point
that.
of Dungeon World, though, is that they do fail forward. So it's like you fail and something bad happens, but that bad thing, it moves the plot or whatever's action forward. Usually in a D&D, if you miss, you just miss.
Right, but it would also be like learning from your mistakes or something like that, being able to spot a new opening in an enemy or something like that. There are like lots of ways you could translate it. But I think this is just like mechanically is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I could also see it being a thing where it's not on every failed attack and save, but on like when you critically fail, when you get a nat 1.
And can I say for people who attack multiple times, you only can get it once per round.
Yeah, that's
think it makes sense,
definitely
too.
fair. That way it makes like feel bads feel a little bit less bad as well,
Yeah, 100%.
because you're still getting something out of it.
And also, if inspiration points are more readily available, it won't feel like something we need to hoard
Exactly.
until like the final encounter,
Yes.
and rather something we can use freely.
You can use them. You can use it way more freely. I might balance
I will
them a little
also
bit more to like
Say
if you're going to be using them more, maybe I can drop it down to 2d6 instead of 2d8 or something like that.
I will
But
also say that partly the reason why we have a lot of time in between and burst of that is we have very few encounters.
yes,
Yeah.
that's also true.
Like it's usually like we'll have like one like general encounter and then we'll be at the boss. So that's kind of why we end up doing like those big bursts, and we're able to save it up.
I will say, though, I think that having some mechanically consistent way to gain inspiration rather than it being dependent on the RP vote means that everyone in the party can be at the same level when we do
Yeah.
get to the big boss encounter, rather than it being like whoever people like the RP of the best or want to vote for the most are full up. And there might be disparity between other, like, if that makes sense. Like, having it be more like a mechanical baseline that everyone is on the same foot.
Yeah. Because like the guidelines I have are good and fine, like for how they're awarded, but it's like having a mechanical way to get it feels way fairer, and it makes it more engaging, I think.
There is also the thing that Pathfinder 2nd Edition does, where it has something called hero points. And it is like a thing in the mechanics of the game that at the start of every session, you have one hero point. And you could get more throughout the session by doing like heroic things or being awarded by the DM for good like roleplay or cool things. But at the beginning of every session, you will always have at least one.
Okay.
And so maybe instead of it being like the more like whenever you fail a roll or if you nat one, it's like at the beginning of every session, we get one inspiration point.
Here's a thought. We have a cap of 5, but it builds up over the session, and especially during a fight, if you're getting a lot of misses, that allows the person who did a lot of misses.
Oh, you're saying like we
build it
start
up.
with 0, but then we can build up over the course of the fight. So it's not like we come out swinging hard, but rather like we can build it up over a long while and use it. I like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I do like still having one when things start. That way you can still do something
Yeah.
cool at the beginning of a fight or something like that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like starting every
think
session
it'll-
with one.
I think it also works during an RP session too, just because
Yeah,
you don't
and-
roll
and-
a lot there.
And that I think that would be like the idea as well. Like if you fail during an RP roll, like you can still get an inspiration for use in the RP as well if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Yeah, that was the change I was thinking of making. I feel like most of you guys are on board with it.
Yeah.
I would feel very positively about that. Yeah.
I think generally I'm on board. I'm not sure I completely understand, but I don't think anything you say to me tonight is going to go completely into my head. So
That is
Okay.
fair.
Mike,
Your brain
Zoe.
is coroned.
I support.
I'm on the fence.
Okay. Do you have any reasoning?
Like, I have reasons I'm for it. I have reasons that like I'm against it because like so the reason because like I
You're not gonna like. I want you to be.
I'm not concerned about hurting your feelings.
Okay, I just want to be clear about that. I don't care. Just be honest.
I just feel like because it kind of feels like, oh, there's no like we're not gonna be able to stockpile them anymore. I just made Kapak's rune about being able to use things from the stockpile.
Well, but you'd start each fight with at least one.
We can change how that works also. You can have it proc off of 1 instead of 2.
No, it's 1, 2, 3. So like
I think it can
but
still
it's
be
just
mechanically
like-
fun. Like you could
I
start off with the
also-
weaker version of it, but you need to like build up to the stronger version of it.
And here's another thing. Fights are allowed to escalate.
Yeah.
You don't have to start out strong out the gate.
see, you say that.
Yeah,
And
I
that-
think there are.
I understand what you're saying to me. It is going into my brain, and I'm getting that. But the power gamer in me
Yeah,
wants
I know.
Subscribe
there-
too harshly to the
there-
standards
there,
of
there
follow.
are a lot of moments where you guys come out the gate using a ton of inspiration to do really cool stuff, which is fine. And I don't want to take away you guys doing cool stuff, but it would also give me more room to breathe
Yeah.
and do things on my end as well.
It also, and I love you guys, would give some of the other people who don't have
Yes.
this flashy stuff time to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I was so like it didn't come up quite as much in the fight against the Kraken or whatever it was, but in that fight on the boat, against the other crew, like EC just ended it on turn 1, and like as a player who's like built a martial character who is designed to fight but isn't like min-maxed, it kind of like sucks to not even get a chance to hit anybody just because one player like, and this isn't a criticism of you or how you play the game, Mike, but just like sometimes when it's like, okay, well, I want a chance to do cool stuff as well, but if the characters who are built to just like drop all their inspiration on turn 1 and put out 150 damage, it's like, okay, well, I'll just like not bother then, like, because I didn't even make it into like melee combat with anybody.
Yeah.
Here's a thought on that also. Can Gabe change up legendary resistance so he can use it to just like burn a legendary resistance of a boss monster to half damage?
That was also something else I wanted to bring up, is that to go with this, instead of me giving specific characters inspiration, I would get like,
You get inspiration?
yes. So like, depending on successes you guys get or fails that I roll, I think it would be fails that I roll, I would get inspiration that I could use too.
I
down for
have
that.
one concern about that, and it's that I think I'm cool with that. I think, as so long as you can't use your inspiration to negate our inspiration.
I think that's fair. I think Yeah.
Because I have
No,
I have
'cause
certainly struggled in the
Yes.
I have certainly struggled in the past with the feeling of the DM having inspiration and then being like that being used against me to like just totally shut down anything I'm doing like really
Right.
harshly. And but also I don't know if that's a product of inspiration just feels bad when it's used against the player, or I mean it does, but like, or if it's just like I didn't have the same amount of inspiration as everyone else, and it seemed like the NPCs had more inspiration than even I did as a player character.
Yeah.
And maybe that would be remedied by all of us always having inspiration that we can build up over time.
Yes. And I would be happy to like while you guys start at 1, I start at 0. Just because it's more fun for you guys. I don't need extra things. You guys getting extra stuff is cool though. But I think it would slow fights down a little bit as well, which is I think a part of it. Because Mike, it's not you specifically, because like Shanty did 120 damage.
Yeah.
4 inspiration points.
Yeah.
So like,
and then before that, like 120 damage on my own.
Yeah.
Without like the inspiration was spent to do it again.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, Mike is not the only culprit for like doing a shit ton of damage right out the gate.
Yeah.
We have 2 power gamers, and you're both problematic, and I am gonna cancel you.
You guys
I'm gonna have to make so many. I need to make 2 Minecraft
Mike,
servers about
you need
this.
to make a Skyblock server. Riley, it's a survival multiplayer server. Get going.
Okay, I'll get on it, guys.
Can I, if we are going to switch to this system where inspiration resets every week, can I make a suggestion about the RP vote and how, so that like if whoever won the RP vote the week before starts with 2 instead of 1?
I like that.
That could be cool.
I also am not sure if because I think if we do it this way, we would have to like reset it at the start of fights.
Yes. I think it's sort of every session, if not.
At the start of the session, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, that way you could use it for like role play and stuff too. But I do like that idea, Patrick, where the person with the RP vote gets to start next session with 2 instead of 1.
Mm-hmm. And what that means is that good.
That's right. I was also just gonna say on like fight speed in this game. D&D 5e in general has slow strategic combat, and it's not something I personally like, but it's kind of it's kind of expected.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you should necessarily feel bad, especially like a boss fight should take a while.
Yeah, I agree.
A fight with a lot of enemies with a lot of turn order, even if we were spending like 2 minutes a turn, it should still take a while.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like wrong about that.
Yeah.
You can like encourage people to like, hey, like increase your mechanical depth, etc. Take out your turn, whatever. But it's like it's whatever. We're here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, I expect all of you to read and know that your fucking classes inside and out by the start of the next combat. I swear to God.
Okay.
Read your fucking class. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Listen, I tried to whip out Gaius in a battle, so don't look at me.
You did, yes.
Hey, that was pretty. I wish that could work like that, though. And you know what? If our Baron's blessing can help you quicken spell something, maybe you could Gesh as an action. Who knows?
Yeah. My blessing. 1/10 on all spell casting times. I'm doing things in a millisecond.
Fuck yeah. That mean how many spells can you cast in one turn? Then that's crazy.
So many. I'm out of spell slots. Just blinking.
A loon explodes with magic. Okay, so go ahead.
Also, Shanty's build is definitely one that I made with like doing a shit ton of damage in one big blowout attack, and then afterwards like doing minor damage or playing support or maintaining buffs. Do we think that is like too much? Where like doing that one big blast of damage is maybe too much, and I should maybe, because I would be okay if it would like help improve the quality of the game for other players to like rebuild or respec
Oh yeah,
or
like I said, I'm like not here to call anybody out for the way that they play the game, and like glass
No, of
cannon
course
is
not.
it's like a very valid type of like you front load all of your damage and then you know do whatever else you can for the rest of the fight. Like
Mhm.
Nigel is like that to a certain extent. Like if I can get that poison attack off at the
Yeah.
beginning, you're going to do way more damage in the first attack than he is ever going to again. You know, if I get lucky with rolls and stuff, but like, you know, like I've built him to be more consistent with damage, generally speaking. You've built Shanti, and like Mike has built EC to be able to like put one big hit on them, and you know that's fine. I'm not being like, please don't do all of this damage.
No, yeah.
Like, it was just like just the way that inspiration has been used in the past has been like
It highly enables like the big blowout blast strategy and doesn't as
yeah
easily enable the slower like damage over time.
Yep.
yeah exactly. It's just like I can't remember if Mike even used inspiration in that fight against the boat or not, the boat full of pirates, but it's like okay, I just like
Yeah, I totally understand that.
nobody gets to do anything.
I'd like to posit that I am not the one that made the huge Mega Inferno bug bomb.
That's also true. That is a good point. That was a bit of unexpected synergy that we
I think
worked
wasn't that one also a bit of a movement issue, because that's something that I play a support character for the most part. Like I can help with that. I have like Longstrider and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I have since retooled Kanigel to move faster because I think that fight really taught me that he needs to have a movement speed higher than 30. You know.
Yeah,
So,
and also that fight I
That's
wasn't
a
hasting
very
anyone. I was
blessing,
invisible
extra set of
instead.
legs.
yeah.
And also, but like, but with the
I
big
learned
like,
something from that. I don't know if it would have made it. And like, I also rolled quite low on my initiative in that fight, so that's also
Mhm.
like an element
Yeah.
of luck. Like if I'd rolled ahead of EC, that might have been different, but it
Yeah, for
wasn't.
sure.
So.
Not that
yeah,
it
and
really
I-
matters, but God.
yeah, sorry. I say and like extend that offer not in like, not to imply like, oh, you guys are upset about my build. I guess I'll change it, but more so like, just like very genuinely like, if that would improve the game experience, I'm happy to do that. Less of like I think that's what you want, but more of a like, hey, do we think this would help?
I think it also comes down to, and this is going to be hard on Gabe's part, but like encounter design to
Yeah.
come up with ways that help like other characters shine too.
Yeah, I have not helped myself by giving you guys this incredible resource in planning encounters. No, it allows you guys to just take an encounter and say, "Hey, fuck you! We're gonna kill everything here." And I cannot plan for like a long-term grindy encounter because most of the time you guys will kill everything way before any abilities that can take effect over a certain amount of turns or something can
Hey,
matter.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabe. I love encounter building. I know I'm a player in your game, but what if I helped?
I appreciate the offer, and it's not because you're a player, and it's not because I don't want your help, but this is something that I want to try and get better at.
Hell yeah, full support.
So that's, but if I have like anything that I want like an opinion on, I will definitely reach out to you, Riley.
Think something that's only able to be hit by like a couple damage types, because that's something that would make us have to like think on our feet more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like you have to do something that's not deal damage before you can deal damage.
Right.
Make a monster that retreats that EC can't follow.
Make
a ghost just
I gotta make like a phase stepping monster or something.
Yeah.
Make a monster that can cast the wishbow and can teleport and has a big sword that's on fire And
I just
can
want to say my build is a lot more defensive focused than y'all are thinking.
yeah, that's
The
a big
problem
weakness of
is-
mine is that I'm not defensive at all. I have 70 hit points, and you
The
can kill
problem
me
is-
real easy.
You're a huge gamer, so while it may seem defensive, your offense is still better than our offense. I'm kind of a character that doesn't want to attack. I'm trying.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say also, fam, you're playing a fucking pacifist.
I know. I'm not helping myself.
But I think that I think it's okay if the role play.
You're not beating the allegations.
Yeah. I honestly like it a lot though if like
I
the
do
role
too.
play takes the center stage even in a combat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like shout out to Emma who would do that with Russo
Yeah.
all the time. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But we're getting a little bit lost in the weeds. Okay. So I think it's safe to say that we're all at least comfortable with this change that we're going to try out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I wanna try to say what the change is, and then I can write it down. So
Yeah.
at the beginning of each session, everyone starts out with 1 inspiration point. The winner of last week's RP vote starts out with 2. For every failed save, let's just say for every failed roll, right?
Every failed D20 check.
Yes, every failed D20 check, you can get an inspiration point.
Once per turn in combat.
Sorry, what? This is some weird ass fucking music.
Yeah, like once per turn, if you fail a D20 test, you
Yes.
can get an inspiration.
Sorry, I got distracted because an ad started playing in the YouTube thing. Took me fucking out of it. Okay, so once per turn in combat, or just during RPs, when you
I should
fail,
specify once per round in combat. Sorry.
yeah,
Oh, so you can't do it on attack of opportunity and stuff. That makes
that's
sense.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, once per round in combat or during RPs, when you fail a D20 roll, you get a point of inspiration.
I just had a very funny idea of like, quick, who has a high insight? I'm gonna lie at you really badly to just fill up my inspiration.
If you abuse that, it's going to be only for serious RP.
yes. Gabe has to approve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has to be on a roll the DM calls for, not one of our goof ass rolls.
You know what? I like that
great,
clarification. If it's a role that the DM calls for, yes, that's really really good.
Yeah, you're so smart.
And
Yeah,
I put
and-
too much time into making game projects that don't go anywhere.
and then do you guys still
Yeah.
think the limit of 5 is okay? Or
Yes.
now that like it's more flexible, do we want to like have an ability to get more during a battle and then
No.
because the other option is you lose it all at the end of battle if you don't use it, right? So
Yes.
you're playing a game with yourself like, oh, if I get up to 10 inspiration I can do something fucking crazy, but
But also, I don't think we should be able to have 10 inspiration at once.
I agree. Okay.
And
I
also,
honestly think, especially since it recharges, we should bring it down to 3.
I
what about your proficiency bonus?
think 4 is a good number because where is it?
Also, I think that if we're going to be refilling inspiration each session, and like, how do we handle so, and then whoever wins the RP vote gets an extra point
the next session, yes.
and then we build up a bunch of our inspiration that we might not be able to use. How do we handle it when it's like, oh, I've reached the limit of 4, but it's the end of the session, I haven't used any. I'm going to spend all of it to just get money.
Yeah, I don't care.
Is that
Yeah.
cool? Is that chill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Paul,
That would help us have an economy.
it would actually, and it also means we just get we
It-
have income.
I think it would also help you guys use some of the other inspiration uses. like when you're getting more of it, you don't have to save it for just like attacks and stuff. Like the portent you can use, which is one of my favorites. And like starting each session with a point of inspiration, you could be like, hey, I'm getting a portent this session. I can roll a d20 and replace a roll with it.
It's very Luna coded.
That is very Luna coded, yeah.
I had a scenario thought. So I fail a roll, but I spend inspiration to unfail the roll. Do I still get the inspiration from initiative?
No.
No.
Okay.
You don't get
In the
free
end-
inspiration.
I think also if I spend inspiration to up my roll and still fail, I don't get inspiration.
I think that's
Yes,
fair.
I like that gamble.
I think that's fair.
Because I feel like 'cause then there's no
Gamble.
risk to using it ever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a magic card with miles long text.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Get this QR code to get the card's mechanics.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card now.
So I think if we keep the limit at 4, and with those specifications, I think we can keep all of the effects the same
Yeah.
as it is now, and all of the costs the same as well.
Yeah, and we can feel it out as we go.
Yeah. I don't think anything is under or over costed at the moment.
Did you keep the limit at 5?
4. We're dropping them down just 1. So you can have a max of 4. Because that still allows you to like do Guided by Fate and then something else, or negate your exhaustion and like help one of your rolls or something. So it still allows you to use multiple things at once.
Yeah. So if by next session we're gonna reset to 1, can we use all of our inspiration now to get money?
Yes.
Don't
you
I
can.
only have
already
one.
at one.
Like if we have 1 or 2, you can just use it now and then
Yeah,
next
if you
time
want to,
we'll
for
have 1.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're
It's
definitely
a
allowed.
raft scenario where we just hook some crap onto our boat. And
Yeah,
like,
we're fishing.
Wow, it's so much money.
We went fishing, found some treasure.
Sure. I mean, Wimbo can give you like payment that you're due for the finishing the job or something.
That's the tip that Francine is giving us for being cool.
Or we just found some money in between the couch cushions.
Yeah. But yes, you can
Luna
use
reaches into her bra. Oh, that's where that went.
your current inspiration now if you'd like to.
So it's 75 plus star.
The star.
times X.
The star is if you're gonna role play it out. I can add. I can.
Oh,
I can-
okay.
I can add to that.
So how much actually do we get for the roleplay?
It depends on what the role play is.
Okay, we'll
we
do a
found
roleplay
some
in
between the
13
couch
minutes,
cushions.
Riley.
Can we? I don't know.
We don't have a lot of time. Yes.
I don't think we have a lot of time. I'm fine with just the 75. I don't need to like.
Is it 75
crazy.
times what?
Times your proficiency bonus for or your gold.
Mhm.
So 75 times 4?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you guys on the map, and then we'll do a quick RP vote with everyone here.
What's the... I'm gonna give it to Shanty.
Oh. I'm gonna give it to EC.
Say voted for Luna in the chat.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm gonna give it to Luna as well.
I'm gonna give mine to Shanty.
Oh.
I'm gonna give mine to Luna. I like the
Vote for Audrey.
surprisingly intimate spellcasting, like Say said.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
very.
I was like,
cool.
Yeah.
whoa, okay.
Yeah, that's why I did it as well. Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
write this down. We have 3 nickels now.
I'd actually just like to withdraw from the campaign.
Okay, Zoe, you start next week with 2 inspiration.
Woo! Oh, that hurt my throat. Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream.